This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Bev's Video Kingdom is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Even after 90 episodes, I am not sick of that song at all.
It just feels good.
Zach, Scotchback.
Feels like warm breath on your balls. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How about y'all?
I'm cold. I wish I had warm breath on my balls.
Hey, are you grumpy?
I'm more sedate, less grumpy, more sedate. We'll see.
That makes me sad.
It's hard to say which direction this is going to go.
I want something special.
Like we hit him with the tranquilizer before the show.
Yeah, Jason Whitehead in the socials was like, was Nate off his meds? And I was like, yeah, kind of.
Jeez.
I'm
barely
hitting hard, bro.
He told me to give you a hug.
Who told you? There's no medical privacy in America, apparently.
That is a HIPAA violation.
All right, folks. Well, we are back this week. It is Tuesday. And, last week we talked about the classic Cameron Crowe, Jerry Maguire, and all the nonsense that goes with that wild movie. But this week, there's a couple iconic one-liners that are stated in that movie. And we're going to have to draft this week the most memorable romantic one-liners in film history.
So
I'm looking around the table and everybody looks like
so I guess the key is
not so excited.
A, romantic.
Yeah.
And B, one line. So Brad was like, I've got a 47-word
there is
fucking one-liner. And I was like, dude, I don't know.
He's like, it's in 1.5 font.
And I'm saying it is one line. There's a capital at the beginning and there's a period at the end, and in between is 47 words.
And some significant punctuation.
So it's not like a scene, not a complete scene. It's one line by one person.
But see, that's the thing. Can it be one line part of a monologue?
I think it can be part of a monologue as long as you don't tell us the whole monologue.
It's got to be one
that takes the shine away.
Sentence.
So when we're announcing our picks, can we give any context?
You can set the scene.
Okay.
But you can't say, these are the 48 words or sentences that they say before this sentence, and this is the sentence that they say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can offer context.
The sentence should stand alone as something romantic.
I like that.
Well, he can tell us the whole soliloquy if he wants. He just can't write that down for the judge.
I just don't want to listen to that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
It might get interesting.
Well, hey, Scotch Beck, we are a part of the DIN network nowadays. Mm-hmm. I always say DIN network, and that's it's like saying what's the thing that people always say when they use that, where it's like you use the word after the actual word that's in the acronym. There's one that's famous, and I can't think of it right now.
ESPN network.
I wasn't listening.
That might work.
Where you say the name after the...
So you say the acronym, but then people always say the last word in the acronym as part of like
when people are always like, oh, I love BVK Kingdom. And we're like, what?
That's a great example. Because we're saying the DIN network and the N in
the
DIN
N is network. It's
network.
Deluxe Edition Network. So if I say the DIN network, but it sounds comfortable to say the DIN network.
It does. It's the Deluxe Edition Network. You can go to thedin.show or deluxeeditionnetwork.com, I believe. Either one will work. This week we have the pod of the month for November is Horsin' Around, which is actually, so it's host Joel Sharp with producer Jared Picone. They lead the boys from Red Horse Hair Studio. So it's it's like a barbershop, a bunch of dudes hanging out, and they have just random topics, and they go through their nonsensical banter from the cutting room floor. Literally cutting room floor because it's a barbershop. Get it?
That's awesome. Brad has beautiful. Brad has beautiful flowing locks, but like the three of us, how long has it been?
Are you saying I have to go to a horse barber? Like if I'm going to get this cut?
Oh, your hair does look manish.
Oh no, the texture too, right? It's not just a look thing. I guarantee you feel that. You close your eyes, you feel Brad's hair and a horse tail. You have no idea which one's which.
I'm glad you said tail. You paused for a second, and I was like, you feel Brad's hair in a horse? I was like, where's he going with this?
So they talk about like conspiracy theories, like ghosts and surreal true life. Your squishy brain will be filled with much of the awesome, is what they say.
Hey.
I caught an episode. They were talking about the Flat Earth Society. I can't even say the word. So yeah, they're kind of talking about flat earthers and kind of talking about that. They have there's another crazy episode where they're talking about some guy like in Czechoslovakia. I get the country wrong, but he had like
the Czech Republic.
He had a bottle like stuck up his ass, and it was blamed on the other country, and like it started a war. And, like,
oh, really?
Yeah, So it's really cool, like crazy stories and shit, and they talk about it.
I think that's how World War.
Yeah, check it out.
That's how World War One started, right?
I believe so.
So
One of my
the guy with a bottle up his ass.
Yeah, I was going to say one of my favorite quotes from a nurse friend of ours is, no matter how earnest or believable you are, there's never something accidentally stuck in your ass. No matter how convincing you are, we know that you put it there.
Our butt nurse friend has the best.
There's no.
stories.
That's who I'm talking about. There's no scenario where you slip in the shower and all of a sudden have a huge shampoo bottle stuck up your ass.
It reminds me of the original Jackass movie when
Oh yeah, the car.
Ryan Dunn had the little toy car up his ass, and the doctor in Mexico that's talking to him is trying to figure it out. It's just so hilarious. He's like, you don't tell this to anybody. He's like, he knows. That's already too much.
That's a great scene.
All right, so we are going to draft, and when we start a draft, we have to announce very, very, very loudly that it is
Holy shit! Hey, you weren't fucking around when you said loudly.
Those pipes.
He cranked it up a little bit on that one.
Oh shit!
I could hear the
know.
little bass run at the end there. I've never heard that before.
Oh, he's diddly-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah.
If you really listen closely, it's one of the shittiest bass drums you'll ever hear. But you know what? It fits.
Hey, so that means it's draft day, folks, and we are going to now draft the most memorable romantic one-liners in movies. I'm not happy because this is not my forte. I'm coming off a nice little victory with the Two Chicks in a Horror Flick pod. They chose me as the winner, and now
My brother did not, FYI.
oh, we haven't seen the update.
I'll send that to you guys later.
I got to see who the idiot is. So
I think we all know who the idiot is. He's won the idiot award many, many times.
It's me every time.
Surprise.
Every time without fail.
oh, okay. Well, if we're gonna draft, we need a draft order. So one-liners. I begged my wife. I was like, you know what, honey, I'm going to go out for research purposes. I'm going to go out to McHenry Avenue in Modesto, California, and I'm going to do some cruising.
Of what's the fucking George Lucas movie?
American Graffiti.
Of American Graffiti
Have
fame.
some respect.
And of my youth fame, man. Nate and I spent many nights out in the El Camino or in Lieutenant Dan's GTO cruising around.
I might have cruised.
Yeah, we might have done a little cruising. So I went back out there just to see what the scene's like, mix it up a little bit.
Brad cruising could.
He's got his window down, just hair flowing.
The locks flowing.
Hair flowing out both sides.
Hair flowing out the hybrid window.
Are you guys thinking I was in a car?
Oh, what?
What were you in?
A jet ski?
I was on heelies.
Oh.
I just was rolling up next to vehicles on my heelies.
Nothing makes the panties drop like a fucking guy rolling up on heelies. Just
Sorry, I don't know what a heelie is.
okay, so it's a pair of skate shoes that have a wheel
a Heelys.
built into the heel,
Oh, did I not pronounce the E right?
and you can run.
Heelys. Got it.
My son bought for Christmas last year. Wanted a pair of heelys so badly. We bought them for him. He's worn them maybe twice,
So, I'm gonna-
cannot get it down and said, "Fuck it."
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. They befuddle me. Like I see kids roll on those things, and all of a sudden they're not rolling, and I'm like, "What happened? How did you?
When did you take your rollerblades off?
How did you retract your ball? Your wheel?
Did you retract your balls?
I'm still waiting for my balls to retract.
Most of the kids wearing the heelys are fucking got their balls already retracted.
All right. Well, I think I might have been the first person ever to cruise McHenry on heelies, so that was a good time.
I was expecting you to say it was the scooter that you bought all that weed on.
Oh no, that thing disappeared. It turned into a llama. Remember? That's right.
Brad just rolling like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future, just hanging onto a bumper in his heelys.
Oh yeah, no, and then I'd go off the bumper, I'd move up to the next car, and then I was dropping one-liners.
Skitching,
and then
bro. Skitching.
I kind of did a little ranking system to see like which one did the best and which one did the worst.
Okay.
So let's start with the worst. I decided that one of my lines was going to be, people say I kind of look like Brad Pitt. Want to fuck?
Oh, that's a solid line, though.
I will say it did not do well.
Okay.
It got fourth place in my whole...
What'd the guy say when you said that to him?
Yeah, he said, you look like Brad Pitt a bit. He's like, and if you did look like Brad Pitt, you know, maybe something would happen. So, you know, it didn't work out very well. It was a shitty line, so that was fourth place.
I just now got the fact that you said Brad Pitt, so Brad is fourth.
Keep
I get it.
I didn't get it at all.
There we
God
go,
damn.
Scotch Beck.
I just assumed that the guy who looked most like Brad Pitt was the fourth pick, and I had the fourth
No. Oh, yeah, that's true.
pick. I looked just like him.
All right, so the next car, you know, I'm kind of running, and then I just jump onto my heels. I roll up. They're at a red light. Boop, put on the brakes. I look over, and I said, hey, call me Nathan Hale because I only regret that I have but one life to lose for your sexiness.
Brad just went deep in AP history, AP American history. Right
Nathan Hale, right before he dies, he had a classic line, and that was a play on.
I will freely admit I have no fucking idea who that is.
You skipped out on U.S. history?
You don't know any 11th graders or what?
Maybe my U.S. history teacher wasn't that good.
Did you have Mr. Russell in 8th grade? Because he was the best.
Yeah, don't blaspheme.
I've got some Mr. Russell stories. Anyways, move on.
So, Nathan, that was the third place line. It did not work.
Okay.
It was a little bit better than the last one.
I was paying attention this time.
Yeah. All right. So, next time, you know, sprint up again. Got hit by a couple of cars, jumped up. You know, I'm still okay. Wobble up to the next car, and I said, I want to put you on a pedestal higher than Zach Morris put Kelly Kapowski.
Oh, that hits home with me.
And you know what? It worked a few times. People were like, oh, what's up?
I mean, Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah. And I airdropped, you know, a picture of me like looking all hot, and it was great. My digits.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
I love how like cruising is now like it morphed into like airdropping across cars.
Yeah. Hey.
Pictures of your dick.
Jesus.
Incoming.
Since we're talking about it, let's take a pause. I vividly remember talking to girls on McHenry as like a sophomore young, and we were like, the move was you'd pull up and say, show me your boobs, show me your tits.
That's how you guys cruise?
That was the move.
That's why cruising got shut down, because you guys are a bunch of assholes.
So then we got this group car little girls to pull over into a parking lot by like Mervyn's USA. If you guys know what Mervyn's is all about, right?
Cheap jeans for days.
So they pull over to the Mervyn's thing. We pull over, and I'm with 5 people that you guys all know. These girls are like, show us your dicks and we'll show you our tits.
No, they didn't.
I swear to God. And only one person showed their tits because everyone else was trying to get a semi so badly and could not make it happen and refused to show their dick completely limp. And only one person showed, and one girl showed her boobs, and I thought about that for years.
Were you
just remembered it.
exactly? I have to ask, which one were you?
I wasn't the guy that showed his dick. I was the guy frantically rubbing it underneath my pants.
Ooh, come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Come on.
Oh, no.
You know, I don't know how cruising changed so much in 4 years, but that's
I thought it would be, I thought that, you know, like the exchange rate would be at least 2 dicks for one pair of tits, but.
Really?
Yeah,
I think showing a dick has a little bit more weight than showing titties.
Okay.
We'll have to ask our guest,
at Bank of Zach.
Alexa, what's the exchange rate for dicks to tits?
Oh, I'm glad we're talking romantic talk here, guys.
We're gonna make
romantic draft.
We're gonna make a poll on the social media.
Speaking of dicks, who's got the first pick?
Oh, well, you know, the final line, I was tired, I was exhausted, I was like just sweaty mess. And I finally pulled up to this, you know, she's like probably in early 70s. She still looked good. And I just looked over and I said, hey, you, me, and a scotch. And we went home that night.
Nice.
This is
and by went home, I mean we went over to like the little local what do you call that, the old folks home.
You're saying
she said she was young 70s. I think she might have been actually a little bit older.
You're saying Stifler's mom was cruising McHenry? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, he's saying he picked up an old chick because it's me that got the pick.
And she was saying she was at the old people's home. Brad got an STD for sure that night. 1,000%.
The sif is just rampant.
If you didn't get my whole absolutely messy draft order,
First guy to get laid on
I
heelies.
like how the draft episodes are now taken up by about 20% of them are Brad announcing the draft order. We're going to eventually just turn the draft order announcement into a mini-sode on our future,
On Patreon,
yeah, our future Patreon, and you know, I mean, we can just put it in 2 different episodes: draft order announcement, and then the draft.
which will be longer than the draft in every case.
So it goes: 4th pick was Brad, 3rd pick is Nate, 2nd pick is Zach, 1st pick is Scotch, and I am upset about this because if I don't get my number 1, I'm gonna be mad.
I think there's such a clear number 1. It's not even close, and I can't.
You
wait
said
to
this
find
too,
out
and
what
I don't
Scott-
know. It has me nervous, but
Yeah, I don't think it's a clear number 1. There's a personal one for me.
Okay.
The odds of me on the same page as you is pretty slim anyway.
Very slim.
So I seriously doubt I'm going to pick your number 1. But when I think of a one-liner, a simple one-liner that everybody knows, it's said multiple times. It's actually used in the movie quite a few times. It's used by a main character, and then it's used at the end of the movie. As you wish.
God damn you, Scott
Princess
Beck.
Bride.
That is my number 1 of 1. I think it's by far the number 1.
I think that's an insane take as the clear 1 of 1.
Clear.
I'm with you, Nate, because honestly, I don't know if it's clear or not, because there's a bunch more that I could think of, but I personally love that.
So for me, like, and I will just say I'm the resident romantic movie guy. I mean, I like The Princess Bride, but it's not a romantic comedies. It's not a romantic movie, right? Like you
it's
would
the
like
greatest love story ever told.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a quirky like fantasy. It's not like
Not when you're
if
10.
if you're a like straight up down the middle rom-com romantic type movie person, Princess Bride's the 30th best movie on your list.
When
I'm
you're
just saying, I don't think that's even disputable.
I think I was like 25 when I realized it was a comedy.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Princess Bride was not like a very straightforward action adventure.
Not even just a
romantic
comedy,
movie.
but like borderline like a spoof.
It definitely is now when I watch it. But as a kid,
No,
I was
but that's
just
my
like,
point. Is like it's a great movie. I'm not disputing that, and it's a. But I mean, it's not a like straight ahead even romance.
And I agree.
It's
I agree,
it's
but
trying to be silly.
the category isn't best romantic line in a romantic movie.
100%.
It's romantic line.
No, and I'm not disputing it. And I think it's a great line.
And something
it's a
that I
great
like to
take.
think of when I think of a romantic line is like, does it work? Hell yeah, it worked.
Yeah,
Because
no,
you
no.
see the look on her face when he said that shit?
No, she goes-
She realized
she
he
goes-
was saying he loves her.
It's solid.
my sweet Wesley.
And well, no,
She jumps off the
she like keeps doing things just to get him to say it because she
Right.
likes it so much. She's
What's
like,
that line over and over again?
hand me that picture. And he's like,
As you wish.
as you wish.
Okay, well, I'm.
She's
You know,
getting
what?
off on
I
it.
love it that you guys. I love it that
Hey,
that went.
good.
'Cause I wasn't gonna
Tomboy.
take it first. So.
I'm
Oh
actually,
yeah,
I'm
funny. The
actually,
fact that she calls him farm boy. That's
Yeah.
so.
I'm actually
I'm-
worried now that was Zach's first pick because we
It
don't know
was.
how that works.
It was 1,000% my pick.
Scott's like, wait.
Yeah.
Zach,
it was,
you
it was,
wanted that?
it was a first rounder for me.
Shit.
First rounder for me.
I think, yeah, and that's the thing. I honestly
not for me.
I almost didn't want first pick because I was just like, because there's so many other ones from romantic movies that I'm like, they could go there. So,
I make my wife call
I'm glad
me
I got
farm
it.
boy in the bedroom for sure.
All right, Zach, you've got the number 2. Your number 1's gone. So what is your new number 1 pick in the first round?
I'm going to go with a page out of Nathaniel's book. And I've only seen this movie once. And I freely admit that this is the only part of the movie that I remember. And I think that a lot of these are going to be men saying things to women. But I'm going to say Notting Hill. I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her.
I think that's a great pick. It's not where I now I'm glad because I'm going to get what I think is the 1 of 1, but it's definitely first rounder, maybe the second overall pick for me.
I see, and I have not seen that movie.
So you have one that you
seen,
like. Okay.
The one I'm going to pick right now. It's the
Oh
one
my
I
gosh,
would've
I am
gone
so
one.
happy I'm getting my number 1.
I haven't seen so many of these movies. Like when I was looking at these lists, I was like, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. And like, there's a big space in my viewing that I need to fix.
Fired.
So I think if Brad's going to take his stupid long one as in a first round pick, I know what it is, and I'm so tempted to steal it right now just to like stick it in his face. That I almost am going to abandon my first pick. I mean, I got to think about this thing because it's going to be so worth it to just shaft Brad.
Ooh.
Do I do it? I went pretty off the reservation last week. Should I just...
Well,
well, you got to know I'm picking on the wrap. So if you're assuming that I'm not going to take your whatever you're going to pick right now, if I'm not going to take that in my first 2 picks, then you're welcome to get wild.
You'll probably take it.
But as a self-proclaimed rom-com expert, you should have like about 30 ready in the chamber right
I have
now.
tons of good ones.
So I think you should feel cocky and take whatever you want and screw Brad. Yeah, take it.
Shaft him, bro.
You're going to screw me either way, baby. Screw me either way.
Screw it.
That's what they tell you when
I'm gonna go with the correct pick. Okay, so the correct pick here, and this is the one of one overall, is When Harry Met Sally.
Okay.
And the quote is, "I came here tonight because when you realized you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible." I mean, it's you got to have context, but like it's arguably the best romantic comedy of all time. I mean, I think I would certainly make that case. And it's a great line to finish a really great story that kind of fits the context. It just is a winner.
If I had any pick other than one, that was my next pick. You absolutely. I honestly thought that you guys wouldn't know that movie as well as
didn't even make my list.
Exactly.
It's like one of my top 3 all-time movies.
Great. Yeah.
Regardless of category.
That's a great pick.
Oh my!
Who's the people in that movie?
Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
Now, and
Billy Crystal.
It's a single line off of a monologue. He talks kind of more.
It's the end of a monologue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is one line for sure.
The last
it's
line.
comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I saw that, and I'm just.
And the monologue's good. I mean, there's other parts of it that are really cool. Actually, the beginning of the monologue, right, is like I like all these things about you that are really like small and trivial, which I think sets it up nicely. But none of them are as punchy as the finish.
Well, this is just wonderful because I talked about a 47-word sentence, and I'm going way simpler than that. I'm going with a 2-word sentence for my first pick, which is just the best line ever said in any movie ever. And the fact that I'm wearing Darth Vader on my shirt right now, I'm just like, I can't believe that nobody even thought about this.
I did think about
In
it.
Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo is about to be frozen in carbonite. And he's got his chin up. He knows that shit is bad. And Princess Leia, she looks down at him in his like just toughest moment. She says, "I love you." And he says 2 simple words. "I know."
So, which is a negging thing. That's what he does. He's negging her. and second of all,
bombs dropped on my number 1 pick.
I love that. If you get 2 lines, if you get 2 lines from 2 different characters, I love it. If you're just saying
the line
Han
is
Solo saying
know.
"I know,"
That's the line.
that's a cocky asshole thing to say.
It's also,
which is Han Solo's character.
I mean, it's an insane pick for the category. It's a fine. I mean, I get it, but it's just a stupid pick.
I totally thought of it, and I didn't put it on my list because I don't think it's going to fly. But who knows?
You know what?
It is one of the greatest romantic lines ever said in any movie.
That's cool. If
is it romantic?
Yes, because he's such a tough guy. He's a fucking paid mercenary that goes around and does all sorts of dirty shit, and he's got a princess confessing her love for him, and he's just acknowledging it in his own cool ass way. He's saying, "You know I love you too, baby."
He's like, "You're real pretty for an ugly girl," or something like that. Is what he meant to say.
He's saying, "I love you too." He's like, and I'm in a tough shit right now, but
I know when I get thawed
this.
out of this carbonite, I will consider that.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
hopefully I'll remember you.
I can't believe this gets so much hate.
There is no dispute
that
is absolutely the most romantic line in the second half of
Empire Strikes Back. Agreed.
No question.
100%.
One of one.
Well, I don't. R2 and C-3PO have some moments.
Dude, when R2 goes, burp, 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 I was like, whoa.
I was like, can you say that on TV?
Oh boy. All right.
What's the wrap?
Now I've got that. This is all gravy from here on out because I don't give a shit at all where I go from here. But you know what? Oh, there is another good line. And you know what? I'm putting the shirt on. I don't normally put the shirt on. And there's 2 lines you can argue about in here, but I think the one that just does the most work by far, because it's not stolen from somebody else. It's an original line. It's what she says to Jerry Maguire after his big speech in front of all the divorced women club. And she says a couple things, but then her final thing, "You had me at hello." And that's just a great line, setting the scene for what's going forward for her.
Oh my God! He put on the dirty shirt. He grabbed the wrong T-shirt.
No, I did not.
He did, and oh my God, I might go back to back. I might just to insult him.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm going to take the correct T-shirt from the movie, which is the line is "You complete me," and I will take that one. Thank you with my second pick.
Which is a callback to earlier.
If you like, derivative lines where he steals it from somebody else.
She says, "You had me at hello." It's totally unromantic. It's like, you didn't have to say anything. I'm infatuated with you and none of this matters.
I could see arguments for both. The "you had me at hello" seems like it's more in the lexicon. You hear it more often than the "you complete me." But now, and you're saying it's "you complete me" said by Jerry Maguire.
Correct.
Not said by the original guy who
correct.
Said it.
"You complete me" by Jerry Maguire at the end of the movie.
Just making sure.
Not the signed version.
Because it happens twice.
Me. Yep, I'm taking "You complete me."
Wow, back-to-back T-shirt
I
pulls.
would not have taken that until you did it, and I just want to do it. This is my opportunity to shit in your face.
That's fine. Back-to-back T-shirts. I don't think that's ever happened in our draft, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah, in the most romantic way possible.
Is it my pick?
Zach,
because I've got the greatest one. Okay, so
you've got the greatest one. It has not been picked yet.
Here comes the greatest one.
So my pick is from a movie that I loved, and I still love actually. Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, and we've got Julia Stiles standing up in front of the class and giving this really heartfelt poem that she's written to everybody, the 10 Things I Hate About You poem, right? And the very last line of the poem is...
I saw the whole poem written in a list, by the way. I was like, that's not going to
The very last line of the poem is the fucking greatest, because she's talking about all the reasons that she hates Heath Ledger, and then the very last line is, "But mostly I hate the way that I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all." And she's like crying.
Okay.
And Heath Ledger, that's one sentence. It's got commas. It's prose. I mean, I'm cheating a little bit.
I'm 100% on board with this because I think punctuate. I don't even want to go to the script, but I looked at that one a bunch, and I would have been higher for me, except I assumed those were periods.
Oh no, they're commas.
Okay.
They're commas, or they're not there at all.
Punctuation, bro.
But dude, that's a fucking scene right there, bro. That's rich man's Erica Christensen just going for it, fucking crying.
Erica Christensen.
Rich man's.
I love
you always hear the poor man's version. You never hear the rich
No,
man's
I love that every
poor man's Julia Stiles.
It's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon for Zach. It's like the 6 degrees of
Emily
Erica
Christensen.
That's how I know you're your cousin.
All right, Nate, you are on the
No,
Scotch.
No.
I'm sorry, my bad, Scotch.
Yeah.
You are on the rap now.
God, oh man, I am not in a category that I'm good at because I don't know anything about romance.
You could do it.
Or movies or things or stuff.
Dude, just say some lyrics.
All right, bro. Watermelon.
No, that was Bill and Ted.
Oh, sorry. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Tell us some lyrics.
Why do you get so quiet?
I don't know.
He's talking to the princesses.
All right, so I'm gonna grab one. I don't think it's gonna resonate at all with the judge, and I don't care because I think it's one of the most famous lines in the history of film, and it's from one of the biggest movies in the history of film. Here's looking at you, kid, from Casablanca.
I love that pick, and it's a hard one and a weird one.
I didn't want to pick it, but I think I had to. And I don't know. I think your dad's going to like that pick a lot. I hope.
I actually don't know if my dad's a Casablanca fan. My dad, by the way,
because he always gives a shit about not picking like classic movies. And stuff too.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's a classic for him. I mean, I think he's more of a 70s, 80s.
Right.
But he's a huge romantic comedy guy. So I get that. That's in the genes.
Right.
So I've never seen that movie. Is that a romantic line? He's kind of.
It's a complicated line.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Because she's 12.
Well,
No, I don't know. I have not seen the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's Lolita. Sorry, wrong movie.
And then the second, this next one this one's for me.
it's from The Professional.
Goose, you stud. take me to bed or lose me forever. Top Gun.
Jesus Christ, man. You guys
We're
are
going
really
places I did
going
not know
wild.
we were going.
I went into this fucking draft not even knowing what to do, and I'm just grabbing shit I like. So that one I love because that's a great move. And the thing is, it gets used again. Kelly McGillis uses it on Maverick, and it works. And I like lines that work. So
It's a great one-liner.
Good one-liner.
I did not have that on my list, and I'm super pumped about it.
there you go.
These like romantic emo dudes over here are just like, oh, that's so.
This is supposed to be fucking fun.
pop.
It's
So
supposed
pop.
to be
This
fun.
is supposed to be fun, you guys.
Come on, guys. Let's have some fun.
Oh, just wait till my last pick.
I can't wait.
This is definitely a for me draft.
My brother's
I've got-
already
This is
called me an
definitely a
idiot.
for me draft.
Whose pick is it? Because I got a great.
It's your pick.
It is
It's
for you.
good timing.
We were just waiting for
no,
you to
Scott
do something.
Scott Rapparito'd.
Yeah,
I
he did.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
you.
you. You're
But I don't
not-
have the third pick.
You have the second
second.
pick. He's the first.
Oh, you were first.
Yeah, remember you, me, and a Scotch.
Hey, welcome-
Hey, can we explain the snake draft again?
Welcome to the draft, Zach.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the draft. I'm Zach. Okay, so again, I'm not going to go conventional with this. We're not going to go. We're going to go a little bit unconventional here.
Oh, there's so many great one-liners in a horror movie.
One of the most romantic lines
Get
that
away
I can
from her, you bitch.
possibly think of. Ooh, that's a good one. One of the most romantic lines that I can possibly think of in a movie is just two young men deeply in love.
This was on my list, and this was a candidate for my next pick.
You don't know what I'm picking. I know what you think I'm picking, but that's not what I'm picking. When Samwise looks Frodo right in the eyes and says,
Have you not taken this before?
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
Didn't
And
you?
I'm like, holy shit, dude. That is romantic as fuck.
Didn't you also pick this exact same thing for most romantic gesture?
I may have.
Yeah, I think
may
so.
have.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, okay. So just so we're clear here, we are now. I think we've gone 10 off the board,
And Nate still
And
got
I-
his first three.
and I've got 4 checked off my list. So
if we were doing the Nick's old version, like you've got all your green is just sitting there just
I'm like,
waiting.
what do I do? Like, I thought I was gonna have some easy choices here, and now I'm like, wait, how? What do I even?
Just look at how he's glowing compared to last time. Like he's just so happy. He's smiling. He's having a great time.
Oh, man.
I knew this draft would be good for
It
Nate.
is little
2 weeks in Florida will do that.
little slump buster. All
I
right,
hope he gets the last.
all right. I might, but it'll be I got a moral victory coming anyway. Damn, dude, this is not a personal favorite.
Dude, your best pick last draft was the one from the heart. So come on, go with your
My
heart.
heart, buddy.
Yeah,
Just so you guys know, I'd carry all you guys. If you guys had a ring that was fucking eating your soul, I would carry every single one of you.
How far?
Not very far. You guys are all bigger than me, but it would be the romantic gesture that counts. So I just want you to know that.
Our hobbits are kind of like ants. They can like carry like 70 times their own strength.
I'd push you in the lava.
Would you? I would just turn around and grab your beard and take you with me.
I'd believe Gollum.
oh man. Okay.
Hobbitses.
So I'm gonna go. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna go with a very simple line, which is, "I'll never let go." Rose says to Jack immediately before she lets go, and
God, I have so many issues with that because A, she immediately lets go. B, everybody's seen all this shit about how much room there was on that board and how he could have floated on that shit.
how much other debris was in the
There
ocean?
was so
like,
much debris.
But like, my
no.
argument, as romantic, this is why it's not like a personal favorite, and Titanic probably would be romantic if I watched it again, but it's been a long time. But I think that if the interpretation of it that's good here is that it's more complicated, which is like, it's very hard for her to accept that like he's going to die, and like she's going to accept that she's going to be the one that lives, and there's pain in that.
You like the extra meaning of it.
I love it. So I'll never let go is very like, it's like,
And she doesn't.
giving him that existential, and she doesn't.
She doesn't, because she grows up and has kids with some dude and has grandkids. And then when she dies, the first dude she sees at the top is not this husband that's been by her side her whole life,
No,
raising
screw
all
him.
these kids. It's this dude she met for one day.
And then she goes out on a boat, and then like knows this dude's looking for this thing, and she's like, I got it. I'm gonna chuck it into the ocean.
I saw.
I don't think I've actually been more angry at any movie at that moment. I was like, why did you have to chuck that thing in the ocean. You son of a bitch. Like, seriously, that could do so much.
She's never going to let go. Okay. Weren't you paying attention?
I just saw a meme that was like the greatest Titanic meme ever, and it's the guy saying, "There's no record of a Jack blah 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 on the Titanic," and the old lady just turns and goes, "Well, I'm telling you, he bruised my cervix in the back of a 1929 Lincoln." That shit made me laugh so hard.
Leo running deep. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm on my last two picks, and there's one I'm saving, and I just can't wait to drop it. But it was just mentioned ago, and it actually kind of stills the thunder a little bit. And, I don't like to take picks that their thunder has been stolen. But it is a great line, and I'm going to go with Brokeback Mountain. I'm going to go with I Wish I Knew How to Quit You. I mean, it's just...
Wait, what's the line?
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Okay.
Is that the line?
Yeah, that is the line, because I thought the line was,
That's correct.
I just can't quit you.
Yeah. That's from like SNL or something.
I'm glad I looked it up, because I was going to draft it, and you guys were probably going to give me shit because I was going to say it wrong, but then
that was the one I was referencing, and I would have picked that one if you had come back around to me.
It's a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
Now I got to just examine my other shit on my list to see if there's anything that could possibly be better than the one I'm going to pick, and I don't think it's going to happen.
I only have 2 more choices left on what I prepared, and there's 3 more picks in front of me. So hopefully you guys don't pick any of these picks I have left.
There's a couple that I go, but there's like thunder has been stolen on some. So all right, we're going with. I haven't done this in a while. But you guys know there is a Disney or Pixar movie that I'm going to go with.
It has been a long time.
Ooh, is it from Up? I hope it's from Up.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, really?
Hell no. I'm going with, who knows what kind of love these robots actually feel. But when Wall-E looks at Eva and he just says her name, because that's basically all they can say their names. They can't talk other than that. And he goes, Eva. And she just like giggles because she thinks
the line
it's
is Eva.
He just says her name because that's robots. These robots can't talk.
Brad's going for the fewest number of words.
Jesus Christ, Brad's on with a wild draft.
I'm going with Wall-E. Saying the only thing he can say to her besides his name, he says Eva.
I Wish I Knew How to Quit You was the longest of his picks. He had Eva at 1. I Know at 2. You had me at Hello at 5, and I Wish I Knew I Could Quit You at 7.
I can't believe there's not a more romantic line in the most romantic movie ever, Up. There's not a more romantic line.
I thought about that one.
Yeah.
Incredibles had nothing.
I don't think
Toy Story, even Toy Story?
No.
The problem is in Up, it's like it's all visual.
You're right. There's not many lines.
Yeah, they don't
according
talk.
to Brad, all you have to say is
I
one
was just
word.
going to say, which is on point.
They
which
only
is just
converse.
like it's a 0 word. There's a line where he doesn't say anything.
My
but he
favorite
sees
one-liner
his
is
wife.
actually not a line at all.
They only converse when they're little kids. They don't converse because everything after that is the montage until bad shit happens.
I was actually
and
I was counting on you to actually dethrone Nate over here, and I think you just fucked yourself.
Hey,
so, nice work.
This is my draft for me, and I'm happy with all of my picks.
So as you said, like I'm just like I have exactly the opposite problem. I have no idea which of the absolute top 2 round picks I'm going to take down with my last pick.
Well, you got one, and you got a bunch of also rans.
So I'm not going to steal Brad's simply because I now can't steal it, and it's a great 47-word line, but it's not quite good enough. Dude, there's just so many ways to go. This is what I'm going to pick from the heart because there's 4 here that I'm considering. And I just love this one, and it might steal from Zach, so screw you.
Do I still have another pick?
You got one more.
I thought Nate was saying that we were done. That's why
We're
I said
drafting Zach today.
Okay, I was just making sure.
We're in a draft right now. Oh, okay. I'm going to take.
Anybody got any weed?
Yeah.
We need to get somebody's brain straight.
Yeah, Zach's like, somehow I got not high. All right, so I'm going with I Want to Grow Old with You from The Wedding Singer.
Line of the song?
Yeah, it's the title of the song. It's the line. It's the first line. I believe it's the last line. No, it's not the first line, but
I'll
it's the last
allow
line
it.
of the song. It's a line.
Because I picked a poem.
A line in a song is every bit as much a line as anything. That one, I actually think that like if I really wanted to crowd please, it's not the one that I would have picked, but it's my favorite of the ones left.
All right.
I like that pick a lot, and I thought about it, and I fucking forgot to write it down because I wasn't sure if that was the last line, because I thought he said something that was actually, because he said. He simply says I'm in love with you or something after he sings a song, right?
But the end of the song is one line. I want
totally 100%. And I think I got caught up on what he said afterwards, and I go, oh, that's not that great, and I should have thought about the song.
Yeah,
and I think I picked the song in another draft and I lost, so I said, fuck that.
Big Z, last pick.
Are you guys ready for this?
Oh,
I hope so.
I'm so
more
ready.
than ready.
We're going longest one in the draft here.
Ooh.
So we're going from my dude, Peace Ways. He's talking to the beautiful and talented Jennifer Grey, and he says, I'm scared of what I saw. I'm scared of what I did, of who I am, and most of all, I'm scared of walking out of this room and never feeling the rest of my whole life the way I feel when I'm with you.
Does he say that? I thought she says that.
She says that.
I was like, wait, I have this down wrong.
That needs to be noted for the judge.
No, it does say Dirty Dancing.
He doesn't say it?
No, it's
No.
Jennifer Grey says it.
That's lame, dude.
Baby.
That's a dope line.
Still a good line.
Are you still sticking with it?
No, I just was reading a whole bunch of them, and I was like, oh, that's dope. My
actually-
real pick is an even better one.
I still got one more pick, so
You're not going to pick it.
Okay.
From Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That's what I was going to pick.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. When he says, I'll drift next to you every day as a ghost just to be with you, which I fucking love that too.
Love that.
So wait, what is the official pick here? What's going on?
No, I picked the
You know,
Dirty
he-
Dancing line.
Dancing.
The
He can
Dirty
take
Dancing.
either
It doesn't
one.
matter who
I don't
says
give a
it.
shit.
And what it was something about.
He says,
I don't want to
just put, most of all, I'm scared of walking out of this room and never feeling the rest of my whole life the way I feel when I'm with you.
Yeah, she
just
says
put that.
that. Yes, you can put it down as Patrick Swayze. I don't care.
I like it better when Swayze says it. You guys didn't see that.
I haven't put a character name on it. This whole
There's
thing.
a new
It's just
Zac
part
Efron
of a
Dirty
quote.
Dancing. You guys haven't seen it yet, but he says it that
I
way.
will say that was in my 4 remaining top choices. So that's a good pick. It's just
never seen that
said
movie.
by Patrick Swayze.
That was my Nate pick. I've never seen that
Nobody
movie.
puts baby in a corner
I know. How do you not go there?
because
He's saying that
really
is
romantic.
that is pretty romantic.
What, really? He's
Yeah.
like talking to her stepdad or some shit?
Yeah, but he's asserting.
He's like I'm stepping in here.
I guess it's better than negging.
I know.
Brad.
All right.
Scotch, finish this damn draft off.
All right. I'm going with what I think is the correct pick from another movie that was mentioned earlier, which is Titanic. And it's something that Jack says, which is, winning that ticket, Rose, was the best thing that ever happened to me. It brought me to you.
So I thought about that one.
Is that a comma or a period?
And this is one.
It's a ...
This is one.
Oh, I like the lips.
So this is one where, and we won't get into this, but this is one where the I think the fact that it's the most memorable is important because
100%.
like everybody remembers I'll Never Let You Go.
Right.
Maybe partly because it's stupid. It's like it's the contrast of the scene.
Maybe partly
But
because
like-
it's stupid.
Right. Well, I mean, like she literally lets go that second. She's like, I'm going to let you go.
I'll never let you.
But I thought about that line. I agree that probably if we're strictly thinking like what is the most romantic line in the movie, that's probably it. Other than I want you to draw me like a French girl. Wait, no, she didn't say that.
Yeah,
That's what she says.
I
Right?
had
Draw me like one
Not
of your
exactly.
French girls.
I had 2 more choices left.
I thought that's a good
and
one.
I'd seen that movie.
She just meant pit hair. That's all she meant.
Draw me very furry. All right, so
Draw me like
French girls
Scotch
don't
back.
shave their pits.
that is our draft, and we're gonna save, of course, our also rans will be.
I cannot
mentioned
wait for the
very
also rans because
We've
I'm
got
going
a-
to slay you guys.
Awesome guest coming on to judge us, and
Yeah, we have an awesome guest. You guys might have heard her previously on our chef draft, where we got really down and dirty about some delicious foods. But now she's coming back, and her lovable husband might join her to talk about some romantic one-liners.
Little sidekick. I wonder what worked on Walter. What she.
I was just
I
going to
can't
say,
wait.
I
We're-
hope
I'm
they
sure
have
we're gonna hear some good
prepared
stories.
Let's get into
romantic
that.
one-liners that he has told
That's
her.
what we're going to dive into. So we'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Tawny Ray,
And I'm Felicia Connor.
and we are Two Chicks and a Horror Flick, a weekly horror movie review podcast.
We are two horror-addicted best buds sharing our unedited, comical, no bullshit opinions on the horror flicks we love and hate.
And you can always expect some interesting movie trivia. We cuss a bunch, spoil the shit out of some movies, and drink a little whiskey.
You can find us on every social media platform and listen to us on your favorite podcatcher by searching Two Chicks in a Horror Flick.
And remember, no nightmares.
Metrics, YouTube assist. Gonna point out all the shit that we missed. It's the draft judge, crushing dreams once again.
What is up? We are back. Now it's time for a little bit of judging, and we are going to be judged tonight by our friend Kendra, returning to the pod for the second time after talking about all sorts of delicious foods. Now you're talking about romantical one-liners. What is that? Food and romance kind of go together. So is that what
is probably my love language?
What's the most romantic food, Kendra?
Oh, dang.
Besides the cookie butter from Trader Joe's.
I'm going to start closing my eyes. I mean, it's stereotypical to go probably with like strawberries, but I don't really think. I love cheese. Walter comes home with some good cheese.
I'm
have a
with
good
you
night.
on cheese.
Yeah.
It's not romantic for me because it makes me shit my pants, but I really like it.
The Lord has blessed me with not that problem.
Oh, really?
Just
you can
pounds.
Freely eat cheese without shitting?
All of it.
I have to eat it on the toilet.
See, but I love a delicious.
Hold on. I want to.
Two Americans.
Well, no, let's not move on from this. There's a digestive tract issue. You're saying that you have to eat cheese because you'll just shit directly.
Literally. But there's two things I
Cheese
eat on
is
the
a-
toilet. One of them is cheese. The other one is asparagus, and that's just so that I can see
it.
how quickly it makes my pee smell.
Have you ever tried doing both at the same time?
Oh, cheesy asparagus?
Yeah, a little Parmesan, like grated Parmesan, a little
fucking-
olive oil and pepper.
Oh no! See, I was thinking you get like a mozzarella cheese stick and an asparagus side by side and just go to town.
And then you just find out what happens first. Do I shit or does my pee start to smell
You
first?
shit faster.
I think this is a scientific experiment that we
because
want
you
to
don't
make happen.
drink something or eat something and then you pee right away.
I mean, I know for you,
I try to pee while I'm eating it and then see if my pee changes smell.
Do you
You've
strain
never done
something?
that.
Are you pushing the whole time?
Well, that's actually another conversation that I've had with our butt doctor friend. She says that I poop wrong. She's like, what are you doing in there? I'm like, I'm trying to poop. She's like, you shouldn't try to poop. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you shouldn't try to poop? She's like, when you have to poop, you should sit on the toilet and the poop should fall out of your butt. And I was like, this is not how anyone's body works. I'm positive of it.
Wait, so
I want to go back to romantic cheese. Can we please go back to romantic cheese?
Don't most people get clogged up from cheese? I mean, I know you
not
lactose
me.
intolerance like it.
No.
No. I
Most
thought it was a
things-
constipating agent.
Most things, it's like the 5 freeway. Almost anything that I eat, it's hard and fast, really quick. Happens quick.
Cool. All right.
I would say
cheese.
romantic cheese though. I just want to go back to romantic cheese because I think like a nice like French brie is romantic.
Oh, so
It's like
delicious.
baked
But
in a
there
puff
is
pastry.
not
Fuck
a
yeah.
goddamn thing, even though it's delicious, about a blue cheese. Like a blue cheese is just so.
I
not
disagree.
cheese,
Have
bro.
you ever had a nice whipped blue cheese and put some
but
berries in
it's
it?
still
with some
got too
onion?
much of that like greenery. Like it
The
tastes.
mold. It's just mold.
But what if you're a person with a foot fetish? I don't know.
I'm sorry. No.
Saying. A
My
little
favorite
bit of a
thing
foot
is cheese,
smell.
and my least favorite thing is feet.
Oh, so you wouldn't eat blue cheese off of someone's feet, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Gonna start.
I will say for all of
Eyes are open.
all of our House of Dragons listeners, I will say that one of our new characters he's kind of the little finger of this new show, and we've of course called him now Little Toe.
We meaning
Just my group that
Brad
talks about
and
it.
his finger.
my work compadres. We have
Brad
a
and
little
his
text
Discord
group, and everybody comes to my room for Mondays. So yeah, Little Toe.
Little toe.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
I can't.
Yeah,
Who is a
we just
little
finished
toe?
that.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
okay.
behind. No spoilers.
All right.
Great
Whatever.
foot fetish scene coming up.
Did we do a draft or no?
Yeah. Why are we here?
Why are we
So we are here to get judged on our picks for the most memorable romantic one-liner in a movie, and we were all over the board. We were just everybody's kind of picking things that were wild, crazy.
Everybody was, yeah.
Except for Nate, who says, I have 7 first picks that are still in my pocket.
I mean, I don't want to say straight up that my first. I picked 4, and I think like of my next 8, 7 are available.
You went where the draft took you, though, right?
I did. You
sort of let the draft influence
I got
you.
instigated by in a couple of picks. Yeah, I agree.
Well, and I have to talk here that we've got Kendra here to do the official judging, but she does have her life mate, her husband, Walter.
Who's not paying attention at all right now.
He's looking at picks. He's looking at they're going over the data right now, and I'm interested to hear a little bit more about their romantic, upcoming.
Was there a line
upbringing
at any point in your relationship that made it?
Either person said
this is what I want to know.
Was there? I don't know.
Even better, because we know that you guys were friends for a long time before you were romantic partners. So was there a time when you threw something out there where Kendra was all of a sudden like, oh my God, I might not even be turned off by his feet?
His feet are very neutral stuff, okay? They exist, and I'm glad.
They exist,
I don't
and I'm
have
glad
to
he can
push them
walk.
around.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're fairly neutral. Let's see. Little baby drunk Walter used to get real hammered and walk around with me and be like, "It's always been you, Ken." Which is pretty cute.
That's a great
wow, that's
that's
amazing.
That's a great fucking line.
That's a good line.
That might be a first rounder right there.
That's in the top 16.
Slap
for sure.
that on YouTube and bang.
There is. So we did the long distance thing for a while, which I think we told you guys last time we were on, and so I would leave little notes for her whenever I left, or I'd put a note, in her bag.
I actually
or whatever.
have a whole mirror.
When
we
she
used to write a little note on it.
There's that, but there's also she has one of the notes framed on one of our dressers,
and then it was on our arch on our wedding.
Yeah, it was
marriage
engraved on the arch that we got married under too.
And what's it fucking say?
It says every single second forever, because he wrote me a little note on paper that I framed that says "I love you." Right? Every single second.
It says "I love you" every single second forever.
Now tell me, does it say "I love you" every single second, and then the number 4, and then EVA?
I wish. I wish you would have channeled the times a little bit more.
He's not that romantic.
It was 2018,
I was going to
Walter.
say, it was
you really
2015, so come on.
All I know is that is way better than any of our picks, and we couldn't have brought in a better judge, because God dang it, that is romantic.
That's some romantic
That's
shit.
amazing.
Yeah, the fact that that's
He's
like
pretty cute.
that's where the level is that we have to like live up to. I'm very nervous about
we
my own
didn't.
picks.
We
I was gonna share a romantic line. I'm not gonna do it now. That's too much. I'm not gonna, I can't.
So Kendra never told you "I love you," and you said "I know," like all dickish.
So I have my thoughts on that.
What are we doing here? Why are we like discussing this way
Don't
too early?
telegraph.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Wait, before we get into this, though, I want to point out. So for those of you that are not intimately familiar with previous episodes, Walter is the brewer. Did we ever say this?
No, we haven't.
Not tonight.
Go ahead.
Walter is the brewer at Last Call Brewing. He is. I think brewer is it's almost like an understatement, because he's a brew master. He's an architect of brew, I would say, that's correct.
Artist, and I will say that there's been numerous people besides myself that have been through his teachings.
He's
the goddamn Yoda of beer, man.
He's a beer professor, we might say.
Brewist.
A brewist.
Everybody that goes through is like,
I don't know if that sounds good.
Wait, no, he discriminates
take
against
compliments
brews.
I don't know if I'm the master of anything. I enjoy making beer. I don't know if I've told this story already. It'll be a quick one though. The best way I've heard my job described was by the great and wonderful Willie T. Taylor, and he told me after a music video shoot at Dying Breed, which is also a brewery in Oakdale, we were chatting, and he said, you take water, man, and you change that water with love, and then people drink what you make, and then they have love with other people, man. That's great. You're a shepherd of the water, is what you are.
God,
that
Willie T.
He was
kinda romantic
super
right
not
there.
stoned when he
I will
said it,
never forget that that description of what it is that that I do. I thought that was the best way to.
That should have been a first round pick right
That's
there.
a first
And
rounder.
if you want to listen to some of Willie T. Taylor's music, go to Spotify. You've got the Good Luck Thrift Store outfit. You got Willie T. He's got his own
I think he
music
just released
as well.
a new album too.
Yeah.
He's working on releasing it. It is
Yeah,
recorded.
this he's a legend, local legend.
So last call is a permanent. That was a coyote. It's going to eat Zach.
Was it really a coyote?
Oh yeah.
Or is it a sacrifice? It is
Off
Halloween.
air, I'm going to tell you all sorts of things about coyote tracking. Okay. Anyway, so Walter is.
Our listeners can't hear this knowledge. This is the very exclusive knowledge.
Well, it's a little too visual.
It's on our Patreon.
In SFW.
Yeah. If you're on Patreon, if you're on our Patreon, you can. I'll talk to you about coyote tracking. So, so last call where Walter is the shepherd of water is our permanent fixture sponsor because they of course did BVK IPA as we dreamed, and then you're Kendra. Is it
It's Kendra.
I like
You
Kendra,
did so
though.
good.
I feel
you call
like-
me Ken.
I feel like Brad has said Kenda a bunch of times, and I was like, "Why is there no R?" Okay, I'll go.
He's
with
always added an
He's
R
always
to my
drunk.
face, at least.
it. I think so. So Kendra, so you were at Food Fix,
I was, yes.
which is delicious, and now you've moved on to the Oakdale Country Club.
Yeah. Restaurant and events manager. at the Oakdale
Damn.
Country Club.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, doing all the things.
What's up on some tea times, girl?
I gotta get him some first. Or I'm gonna get in trouble. But yeah, I've been there about 3 months now. It's been awesome. I've learned a lot of things. I've met a lot of cool people, and it's been fun. I feel like I kind of got to a space where I wasn't super being challenged or like, having to. I was just autopiloting, obviously normal life stuff, but I was just autopiloting professionally, I guess. And so I haven't been challenged in a while, and I didn't realize that that's actually pretty fun.
Right after you got hired, you were pretty much thrust into like you're taking over everything because somebody was going out on maternity leave, and it got
my sweet supervisor. I got hired on July 12th was my first day, and on August 8th she went on maternity leave, and I started.
like you're in charge.
I was the entire food and beverage director for 2 months, and I was the restaurant and events manager for 2 months. And
like a month in, like the
3 weeks.
The restaurant shut down, and the parking lot's full of food trucks. She's like, "What? You put me in charge?"
I honestly was like, we should have food trucks here sometime. And
So
didn't go overnight.
A quick little story about Oakdale Country Club. So I'm in Brad's brother's band, as we all know, and we actually were booked to play a high school reunion. And I actually didn't realize. I heard a little piece that I didn't realize before this about this gig. So we
Recently?
recently, like
Oh,
just
I
a couple
ran
months
that
ago.
event.
So we played a high school reunion, and as we're getting ready to play, there was a boxing match happening that night. And it was Conor McGregor versus
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yep.
And we're getting ready to play, and there's nobody there to listen to us because they're all inside because they're about to watch this boxing match.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, so do we play or do we fucking not play? What's going on? And finally, like the girl that kind of hired us, she's like, well, I'll just go watch the boxing match. So we went inside. We all watched the boxing
It's
match.
probably Sabrina.
We're hanging out. We're watching the boxing match. And we're like, all right, cool. That was fun. We go back out there. We're getting ready to play. All right, let's party. And fucking everybody pretty much went home because the boxing match is over.
Oh my goodness, that was definitely not
Nah,
my
there was
event.
like 30 of us on the dance
Right.
floor.
And so then what I found out was there was a ringleader behind, hey, we should order the fight. And it was this motherfucker right over here. Brad told me I had no clue that he was behind them ordering the fight for that.
And here you are at a round table breaking bread.
That's the braddest thing.
Well, so
This is the braddest thing ever.
so it was
Braddest thing
my
I've ever
wife's 20th high school reunion.
Yeah.
And just as we're going to go into this story just because it's funny. Our 20th reunion, Nate and I, same class. Our 20th reunion was a few months before. And we were like, hey, what are we going to do? We're going to get something. And people were like, oh, we should have Brad's Brothers band play. Flying Blind should play. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if we can afford that. I don't know if we'll sell enough tickets.
Brad's like, I'm supposed to be the star tonight, not my brother.
I'm like,
you.
I don't know if that's going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. So it doesn't happen. And then my wife she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to my 20th, and I was like, oh, it's at the country club. Oh yeah, and your brother's band's playing. I was like, wait, what? So of course at Oakdale you get Flying Blind, and you get it at the country club, and all my Houston folks were just like, the fuck, Brad, Oakdale gets Flying Blind, and you couldn't make it happen for us. And it was kind of sad, but you know.
And so you did the good thing and sabotaged.
I sabotaged their gig.
Yeah.
Nobody got Flying.
I mean, come on, it was.
We can't have Flying Blind. Nobody gets.
It was Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather. Like, you gotta see that.
I
And
could not think of something I would want to see less than fucking
to
Conor
be
McGregor
fair,
and Floyd Mayweather.
It was fun.
every single person that was at that was in the like clubhouse watching that on a big screen, like just loving
Yeah,
it.
because there wasn't because a band wasn't playing because you'd fucking ordered a fight.
Big screen's kind of relative.
I just pushed the idea. I
got one
was not in
big
charge of Oakdale's 20th reunion. Nobody gave me authority to say this is what's going to happen.
Not until Brad got there.
It is kind of funny because I do feel like I've hosted or I've ran 2 reunion events now, and the spouses are always kind of like in a corner, sort of just trying to figure out what to do. So.
Hey, if just 10 of us watched the fight, it would have been great, and everybody else could have danced. But you know,
there was a guy that was a nerd in high school that's now making like $400,000 a year that fucking flew across the country to go to that thing, and everybody was inside watching the boxing match, and he was like, I thought everybody was gonna want to talk to me.
there was one dude that got.
So
Hey,
bummed.
no, there actually was a guy that got super drunk, and like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's so and so," and like he was making a fool of himself.
Hey, that's how it goes, bud.
Oh, it was pretty embarrassing. I didn't even know the dude. I was like, dude, I'm embarrassed for you. I don't even know who you are.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are we on a movie podcast?
What are we doing?
I think so.
Okay.
This is a high school reunion podcast.
Woo!
Boy. All right. So we are going to get some results.
Okay.
And Kendra is here. As we said, she's going to crush some dreams tonight.
Some dreams may be crushed.
So when you think of most memorable romantic one-liner, like what are the criteria you think of? Like what has it have to be memorable one-liner to you?
So when Brad approached me about this, I think however many days ago, I've been thinking about it, and I was like, there's a handful of things. One of them is like, would I want to be on the receiving end of the line?
Right.
Of course.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like if someone said that to me, would I be like, oh my gosh? Or would I be like, you know what I mean? Like, which direction are we going? And then it was, do I have like, because, I'm a 34-year-old woman. I have a lot of ties to romantic movies. Like, do any of these, like, do I have an experience with them?
Right.
And then the last one was just, I can't even remember what my other criteria was right now, but it was just like, rom-coms are such an important part of culture, I think, even if people don't want to, not even necessarily rom-coms, but romantic one-liners. They're everywhere. They're what people say to each other, is what you get in your little prom note when people want to take you.
So it's a line
just
that's familiar. You've heard
Yeah.
it multiple places, not necessarily in a romantic context, but just like in the world, maybe type thing.
Yeah, partially that, and then just like, does it move you? Like,
Yeah.
do
Does
you
it give you those fanny flutters?
Yeah, like even if, or would I want to say this to somebody else? Fanny flutters? Back to the diarrhea, huh?
You guys,
Can't stop thinking about the cheese.
you guys obviously don't watch Love Island UK.
No, but you know
Oh,
what?
bro, don't spoil it. I'm like 3 episodes
Okay.
behind.
Constantly, the women constantly talk about fanny flutters, and then I was like, babe, why are they talking about fanny?
Because fanny mean different thing in the Britain. You know
say
what I'm
something
saying?
nice to an English girl, she's like, oh, you're making my fanny flutter, and it's talking about her front butt, not her back butt. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, please do not call my lady business a front butt.
Who just
Let's
farted
start
out?
there.
Scott is laughing so hard, she's like earthquaking the table.
Scott's just about passed out.
I like it but I would just, can we not skip past the fact that Kendra was like, I don't want you to call my lady business a front butt. Like, that was sort of really tactful.
I have
and fucking
It's better than
specific.
front butt.
I have a
lady
6-year-old.
business you respect that.
I have a
Don't you call
6-year-old
it a
daughter,
front
and I had a discussion with my wife on what we were going to call her lady business. And so
I know the technical term.
And so I immediately was like, front butt. Like, that's super easy, super simple. She'll get it. You know what I mean? Front butt. And my wife was like, no. And so she wasn't wanting to call it a vagina. I was like, what?
That is so weird.
Yeah, I was like, you're such a nurse.
Weird.
And then we ended up on Hootie.
Oh, I love that.
So I tell her, go wash
But
her.
then that brings a whole roundabout to Hootie and the Blowfish.
Well, she doesn't know
Nice
that. and
callback
that's
to
kinda
Jerry
old.
Maguire.
But I do tell her to go wash her Hootie and her booty.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
See,
love
now you got a
that.
rhyme.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a rhyming. That's
And then that's how she's going to remember.
Yep. Exactly.
Hootie booty. Yeah.
Years from
Sorry,
now,
back to what we were
you're gonna be
talking about.
horrified by the things that
Yeah.
people say about
I was gonna
Hootie.
say, like, there's just so many directions we cannot go.
Anyways.
All right, so back to your lady business.
But
Okay, go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay, so yeah, thought about like which lines made my lady business flutter.
Yes.
My
Fanny flutters.
Oh my god. But yes, when I received the draft picks, I was looking over them, and I will say everybody hit it out of the park with at least one guess.
Ooh,
in my opinion.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
I like
I
that I
think
at least
that-
got one. She's like, had to throw with at least one.
At least one. I think that everyone did a pretty solid job. There were ones that I was like, I don't know what you're watching. I missed the memo of that part.
Star Wars.
There
didn't
were
make you feel that
some
kind of
where
way.
I didn't know if we were looking for like best romantic one-liner or best like take him to bed line.
Ooh.
The Top Gun one was a little bit of like, oh yeah.
When you're, I mean, so you got to remember, we're just a bunch of dudes, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah, remember that because it's, you know what? Sometimes we're not real broy or duty at all on this.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pick that out. So
Stiff duty.
remember it.
Duty. Walter. Jesus, bro. It's a family
Somebody
podcast.
said duty.
We're talking about front butts over here. Talking about duty.
Talking about duty.
Oh my god. But yeah, I thought that they were great. How do you guys want me to do? How do you want me? Do you want to do?
Well, do we want to?
Do you have scores?
We guys
like
got
numbers?
also rans or
Well,
We're going to do that after.
later.
oh
We'll get
later.
that
Oh,
after.
cool.
Yeah, so if there's no official scores, we can just start at fourth place. You'll announce the fourth place team, and then I'll read the list. Oh, which is gonna be difficult because I'm just gonna be like paraphrasing like hell.
Just say the movie. We'll
Yeah,
know what you're talking
we'll
about.
figure it out.
They
So,
just listened to all of it.
that's truth.
Ooh, I like the trepidation in your voice. You're like, I'm not sure.
Oh
who's-
no! Trust me, like this is.
I will.
We've been through some battles. We're battle scars
There's-
here at this point.
So I have seen. Let me just triple check before I want to make sure I don't lie to any of you. Yes, I have seen every single one of these movies, so we'll start there.
All right,
That's a wonderful place to start for us.
That doesn't happen, and that does not
That's a
happen
rarity,
very
actually.
often with the judges that they've seen every movie. That's awesome.
Like all 16. You've seen every movie. On
There's not 16
It's
movies
only
here.
15.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there's like 14 movies.
We got 2 Titanics,
I'm not good
2
at-
Jerry Maguires.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
So there is.
Yeah.
They should
Math.
get, I think, just throwing it out there that they should get negative points for picking the same movie. But I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there.
definitely the person who picks it after the first person picks it. So
Well, if the first
sure.
person picks the wrong one, I think maybe they should get the negative points. But
Isn't
it's
it?
okay.
Isn't it very rare that the four of you have seen all 16 movies?
Oh,
and stuff
100%.
like that?
100%. I haven't seen half of these movies.
I often draft 4 picks for movies I haven't seen.
I finally picked a movie I haven't seen, and I fucking said the wrong character, said the fucking quote.
Which I seriously hope was.
Heavy deduction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, yes. I will say, and this does not necessarily mean that they are people that won, but some of my favorite options that are down here. And when this person said it, I don't know who they are, of course, but when they said it, I was like, fireworks, hearts, stars, all horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons. There's no, and some people may disagree, but there is no greater 3-word romantic one line, in my opinion, than As You Wish.
Oh,
That is a glorious.
So the number one overall pick was the correct number one overall pick.
I have a this is the best decision ever note next to it.
Oh, wow.
So, yes.
I texted all the guys today and I was like, there's a very clear number one. And Brad was like, I don't know. There's lots of cool negging in Star Wars. And I was like, dude, no.
However, I will also say that As You Wish was in staunch competition with When Harry Met Sally. Because that is, I play that every
We
month.
probably watch that movie once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Really?
I just love that.
I've never seen it.
You are making a terrible decision.
It's super good.
Every week that you don't play that, it's a bad decision.
And
I'm not anti-romantic comedy.
It's
I
so
just
good.
I've never seen it.
And like I said, if I couldn't pick As You Wish, that was my next pick because I fucking love that movie so much.
So the first and the third pick overall were actually right in your wheelhouse. So that's your number 1 and 2. Okay. So people did well in the first round.
And then there were things that I feel like The Lord of the Rings was a bit of a reach.
what? Reach around?
There's a better
I mean, obviously.
there's a better pick in
Are we
Lord of the
talking
Rings.
front butt here?
Yeah. Hey.
There was a better pick that I did not take because you screwed it up by picking the ridiculousness from Lord of the Rings.
All right. Let's get some results here.
Okay.
all right?
Okay,
So we'll do
fourth place.
Fourth place.
Fourth place.
We always start worst to first.
fourth place is going to go with Team 4.
Team 4 includes the I Know, Empire Strikes Back, You Had Me at Hello, Jerry Maguire, I Wish I Knew How to Quit You, Brokeback Mountain, and Eva.
And
Wally.
it's not necessarily that any of them were bad picks.
Except for the 3 that were bad.
The only one that I would inherently say is bad, and I won't even give it bad, but is I Know. I don't love I Know.
It's
Especially
not romantic.
as a first round pick too. Like
I've told-
first
Yeah,
pick.
Every
like
single person
he
I've
came
talked-
just dig swinging with
There's
that, and it was not.
literally no. I mean, Kendra, you're probably going to say this, and I'm going to step on it. But
That's fine.
there's probably nothing that a woman wants to hear less when she confesses her love for somebody than for them to say anything other than "I love you too."
You don't know Han
Or really
Solo
just-
like I do. You do not know Han Solo like
Han
I do.
Solo?
Han Solo?
The Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
I like how Brad was starting to say everybody I talked to. What, in your fucking Star Wars chat room?
Wait, so technically,
I went on multiple forums and they all agree with me.
though, by Disneyland standard, Brad has 2 Disney picks right there.
Yes,
That's right.
That's very Brad.
They
Fact.
sell shirts
On brand.
where a woman can wear a shirt that says "I love you" and the dude wears the shirt that says "I know."
And I guarantee you that in your Disney Discord, it's a unanimous number 1 pick.
Those people are divorced now and still have those shirts. And the people are like, "I don't get your shirt," and they're like,
They
"Yeah,
did-
it was
they
a
did-
thing I did with my ex-husband."
I used to know.
I think so. I don't think it's a number 1 pick, a round 1 pick in any way.
Thank you.
But I do get the sentiment behind it because, as Brad was saying, Han Solo's a badass, right? He's a galaxy traveling
Dude.
mercenary who
He's a
just
nerf herder.
He's never gonna. How dare you? He's never going to be anything but tough guy, right?
Right.
So that I know is he's admitting, like, hey, I know you love me. Someone loves me. I can be
I
soft
feel
in
like
this moment.
only dudes would find
But I
that
still have to be-
endearing.
Maybe that's why I'm
agreed.
so into it because, yeah, he's about to die. He's basically, I mean, he has a death sentence. He's going to die.
Except
Okay,
he's
so
accepting all the love.
so moving on.
But then he's about to die, and he can't even be like, "Yeah, bitch, love you."
Yeah, if there's
wasn't
a
about to die.
time when you can be like, "Okay, girl, I'm with you, girl."
like even that,
Yeah.
even that with the head twitch is
Yeah.
better.
If he was just like, "I know, girl," that would have been better.
Yeah, honestly.
Folks out there, if you feel like "I know" is a pretty damn good line, I need to hear from you because I'm getting
It's
just
a good
pounded on
line, but
by,
the
like,
category's romantic.
It's
Five
not, you're
people.
not getting pounded on as much as Han Solo's getting pounded on.
I think it was
Not
Han
after
Solo
that
did the
line,
right
apparently.
move.
Not after that
hey,
line.
Han
He
Solo
did. They had a
did the
great
pounding.
life together, and they created a terrible son who killed lots of people.
Exactly. I guarantee
it's
you.
because he said I know.
I guarantee you that all the times that they hooked up, Leia never came. I guarantee it.
Well, she had
He
to
was
come
just
at
always
least
like, "I'm gonna get mine." Fuck
twice, right?
Yeah, you have to have an orgasm to have a baby, right?
You. I don't.
You don't think
so.
Han Solo bangs it out just all
I'm
across
saying
the
Han
galaxy?
Solo came every time, but I don't think Leia came at all. I'm just saying.
I think he does
And
a
probably
a
fast.
much better job.
Probably super fast.
Was it
Light
7
speed.
parsecs?
I'm the fastest fucking ship in the galaxy.
He came in 2 parsecs.
2 parsecs.
He made the Kessel come in 2.2 seconds.
Oh man.
God, Brad's Discord is going to love this.
Oh god. Okay.
So second was You Had Me at Hello, which from Jerry Maguire.
What are we thinking about that?
I mean, it's great. That's
Okay.
classic. That's beautiful. That's something that you want to say to someone, and you also want to hear from someone. I think that's a great one.
And you hear it a lot. And
So the two Jerry Maguire picks went right by each other. So which one do you prefer?
I do prefer, if this is yours, I do prefer yours. I do think yours is better.
That is me.
Brad's 4th place, right?
I am the 4th place.
nice,
Dope, dude.
nice participation trophy.
I do think
Whole bottle of grenadine over there.
Grenadine, no opinion.
I'm looking
Good
for the
effort.
grenadine. I'm
Okay,
looking for the
now,
grenadine.
so next we got the I Wish I Knew How to Quit You from Brokeback.
It's a good one, right?
Right in the heart.
when he gets his jean jacket that has a little bit of his blood on it,
And he's smelling
and
it.
it's in his freaking trailer,
Yeah.
Dude.
Heartbreaker.
heartbreaker. So
He like grabs him from behind and does like he like grabs his
Crossover
shirt
check,
like
gets the
fucking just
chest.
like violently like super masculinely grabs his shirt.
he doesn't even say I know.
Dude.
I know. I know.
No, but
If he would have dropped, I know that would have been just.
All
Oh
time.
my lord!
If Brad could have taken 2 different movies with the line "I know," it would have broken the
it would have broken the back mountain. No, it was it was good. Oh god.
all the
But
wordplay.
you know, Eva, it's good. It's good because there is so much love in that every time Wally says it. That's a great movie that does not get enough attention.
That I
Great
sat in
half
the
of a
theater
movie.
and I had my son with me, and he was little and too little to really understand it. And I was like, they didn't make the first 40 minutes of this movie for kids. This is for me, because I was just like,
Because the
holy
first
shit.
half of that movie is spectacular, and then the last half is some bullshit.
It's more Disney at the end, but that first half, and he can't say words. He can say Wally and he can say Eva.
Maybe he shouldn't be your pick for best romantic one-liners. He can't say words. I'm just saying.
You weren't required to pick him.
I told him I'm picking for me, and I'm happy with it. I will drink my grenadine with pride tonight.
All I know is
I love all my picks.
Any long-term listeners will appreciate that pick because it's been a while since you've gone Pixar.
Yeah,
and
you did
they used to be a running thing with him.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
I gotta-
Actually, it made me. I warmed up a little bit.
I got to give a shout out. My daughter, she clued me in tonight. We were just talking before I came over here, and she mentioned that. And I was like,
Why'd you tell us that? Now I can't even talk shit on it. Burn a good pick. Great pick, Brent.
welcome home, Brad.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. So we've now got a third place team.
Mm-hmm. So the third place team is, I was a little surprised that this one ended up in third place
Ooh, that actually bodes well for me.
because they do have my most favorite one-liner, which is As You Wish. That is my favorite movie. I saw that in theaters at Galaxy. I was 32 years old. And I was like, it was amazing. Popcorn. I've only ever watched it on VHS before. I was ready. Marriage. It's what brings us together today. I know every line. Walter doesn't really like watching it with me because I say it.
Walter, it's a great one.
Well, I say, like, I
There's a
literally
great movie.
say the entire movie.
I enjoy the actors when they act it
They
out.
say the lines.
Yeah, that's me.
Kendra just mutes it, and just every line's her.
Legit, they do like
She
the
could
Rocky
do
Horror
that.
Picture Show, like sing-alongs. They need to do Princess Bride, like
That is the best
The
speech
shadow
ever
cast,
said.
they call it shadow
I
cast.
need to figure this
The
out.
dread
The
pirate
thing where they acted out in
Wobbits.
front of the movie
Yes.
playing.
Rodents have unusual
I think
size.
it's called
We need to
shadow
make
I
that
don't
cast.
believe in
happen.
them. Just kill 'em. So good. So I love that one. And
we're
it was
saying-
so good. But yes, that one, team
one.
one is going to be in my third place, which is you lovely sir.
Scotch Beck had Team One.
But you know
Lovely
what?
sir.
And it was As You
Yeah.
Wish, Princess Bride. Here's Looking at You, Kid, Casablanca. Goose, You Stud, Take Me to Bed or Lose Me Forever, Top Gun. And winning that ticket, Rose, was the best thing that happened to me. Titanic.
I mean, the only thing I'm mad about is that I lost to Salmon Frodo. That's the only thing I'm mad about. I shit you not right now.
Lost in the
Salmon Frodo is a great line. I was happy with that line.
And again, I got As You Wish, and I'm totally fine with that. After that, I was out of my element, so I'll take it.
Hey, I think, and it's a good, here's looking at you, kid. While there is a little bit of like, that is a great line on his behalf, I'm not sure she deserves it. She's kind of, like they say in another pick down here in Harry Met Sally, Billy Crystal has a lot of feelings about this. Mm-hmm. Like, do you live the love of your life just to be the first woman of Czechoslovakia? Apparently. Apparently. But...
Now, you kind
God damn, none of that made sense to me. I haven't seen any of these movies. See, that was way over my head.
Nate
I
gets
love
it.
that.
Nate gets it.
I'm all in on this.
So you commented on this earlier. You mentioned the Take Me to Bed or Lose Me Forever, and you're saying that's not romantic because it's more like they're gonna fuck.
So, like, I don't want to say yes, but I don't want to say no. I just feel like that would be more of like a lines that make you want to get frisky, as opposed to like
romantic is deeper than fucking.
Like there's some fucking in some romance.
Would you just?
Well, no, I mean you can,
but it's
you can be romantic and have it lead to fucking, but
it is deeper than fucking.
Yeah, I mean it's also deeper.
So but there's a love between them and a fun between them.
So that's what I'm. So I to rescue Scott's pick here a little bit. The problem is that there's not very many lines between them, but they have a great, like, really deeply felt romance.
Totally.
So I get the instinct to be like, I want to capture that with the best line that's available.
Except
it's just not a great line.
We've done Top Gun on this pod. If you want to go back and check out our Top Gun pod, I kind of feel like she's challenging him because Maverick, he's a cool dude. He flies the plane, and she's like, hey, you don't take me to home right now.
Take me to bed or Maverick's going to...
Maverick and me and Kelly McGillis are going in. We might have a whole little 3 option here.
So do we think what?
It's a sequel everyone wanted there.
Jesus. Do we think they went back to their to the dorm and made Miles Teller right there? Is that what happened?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
No, Absolutely was definitely made from Top Gun.
I think that's foreshadowing.
That's the interlude for sure. That's the little movie they made with Paul Walker between Fast and Furious 1 and Fast and Furious 2. That's that little movie. That's exactly what you just described for Top Gun. Was them doing it in the dorm room.
I'm in.
You guys don't know Fast and Furious? So he goes from L.A. to go to Barstow, right, in the second movie to get Tyrese.
Beautiful.
And there's like a little 20-minute mini movie. Never mind. We can cut all of this. This is stupid. I thought I had friends here.
We're talking about romantic one-liners, and you said Barstow.
I really want to say. I just. We won't even put this in the pod. We won't even put this pod, but. Between us, I want to know how many Fast and Furious movies that you've ever seen.
I've seen 1.
I've seen 0.
I've seen 3.
You didn't see the first one, bro?
I've seen 0.
I think I've seen 2.
I've seen all of them.
So between 4 of us, we've seen 3.
So that explains the silence.
I saw the very first one, and I was like, "This is a movie."
I'm a car guy, and the fact that I have watched them is just I have not sat down and watched them for no particular reason.
Good. The 8th one, it starts to fall off.
Paul That is shocking.
You lost me at Paul Walker.
I think, to get back to topic.
Right.
I think with that pick, what Kendra's getting at is that sounds like, hey, we're at the bar, we've had a couple cocktails, and I'm feeling frisky. I'm feeling like, hey, you should take me home right now. You're going to lose me because that other guy bought me a Long Island. And it's not super romantic to start. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I get from it.
No, I feel that.
But it's good. Like it has credence there, but when you bring some of these other rock stars too.
That keyword romantic.
I think I was going more memorable and again, maybe not as romantic, but maybe more memorable, which I lost points on romantic.
Do we
I
think?
didn't recover. So I'm good. Third, I'm good. Whatever. I beat Brad. I don't give a fuck.
That's true. We went head to head the last 2 weeks, so we're due for the bottom.
Do we think Goose and Miles Teller both have that mustache like shaved into their pubes? Like that's what
Miles Teller absolutely does.
For sure.
I mean, he just looks like
because I think this theory holds up because I've seen Brad's dick and he has that same mustache above his dick. It's fucking insane, waxed and everything.
Does that mean Miles Teller also has the most punchable dick?
I was trying to
1,000%.
I was trying to formulate the joke this whole time, and you fucking got it,
Walter
Brad.
just swooped in.
1,000%.
Hey, I got to give Miles Teller props though, because he was on the opening season of the opening episode of SNL, and his Peyton Manning was
good.
spot on.
It was good.
It was legit.
We're big fans of the Teller here.
Yeah, come
Okay,
on the show,
yeah.
Miles.
Let's
Me too,
just-
big time.
Let's
We're ready
just
for you.
Skip my last pick. Who gives a fuck? Let's move on to the second.
That's a great pick.
You like the rap?
That's
Is
a great pick.
is it the better Titanic pick? Because the other one was the
So in their respective drafts, I have them both tied in second place.
Oh, okay.
okay.
So I will say it's better because of the bullshit that happens after the other pick.
Right. The fact that there was more room on the fucking.
I mean, how many memes
Door.
have we all seen where
Right.
they have literally done the geometry for it?
Right.
You know?
I mean, I don't go a day without seeing one.
But yeah. Yeah. But it was good. I liked
good.
it. All right. Then
now we got the drum roll because we've got whoever's second place is going to be
Not first.
not first.
all right.
But we will discuss the team two. We'll discuss the second place first.
Come on.
The second place
Nate's holding.
is gonna go to team 3.
Team 3. Wow. You've got. I came here tonight. You want to start your life as soon as possible, something like that. From when Harry met
Something
Sally.
like that.
You complete me, Jerry Maguire. I'll never let you go. Titanic, and I want to grow old with you. Wedding.
How? What's that do in this draft?
Well, mostly because your picks weren't as good as mine. I think that's the main
Zach
reason
used
why.
the full I'm going to go with lists online strategy. Here,
I did
apparently.
not. I did not. You think they had
Dude.
Sam and Frodo on that bitch?
Yeah, that Sam and Frodo line was from the heart and awesome.
Thank you.
Oh God, dude.
But
Okay,
it might
let's
actually
do
been his
this.
worst pick. But
It was.
think
It
it
was
was.
absolutely
Kendra,
his
my
worst
worst pick
pick.
first.
It was his worst pick.
Let's hear about Team 3. So you had one of your favorite lines when Harry met Sally. And I butchered it because I don't know it.
Line.
Is there anything, Kendra? Let me ask you a serious
I'm
question.
here. I'm ready. I'm listening.
Is there anything sexy about Billy Crystal?
You know, only in When Harry Met Sally at that last line. I also like when they're in the museum. You want Peppa with my paprikash? I love that whole movie.
100%. Now, you guys had a draft of hot guys, and obviously we.
Billy Crystal did not get picked.
Well,
That
I
is
don't give a shit. But I wasn't part of this. I was just listening as a fan, and you guys didn't know shit about what's attractive to women.
oh, true.
And being funny is attractive. And Billy Crystal's a funny motherfucker.
I've married a beautiful woman, so that is definitely
Evidence.
It's definitely evidence of that.
Good point.
All right, wait. So I want to know which rounds did Team 2 beat Team 3?
I think Billy
it wasn't
Crystal is
round one.
sexier as Mike Wazowski than he is as Billy Crystal.
You beat team. Wait.
So Harry Met Sally beats Notting Hill.
Is this a round by round competition or is this a cumulative?
I actually think literally that's the way she scored it.
Harry Meets Sally is the only one that I think
my goodness.
beats that one. But see, the You Completely one, it didn't. That doesn't.
You went off
Flitter
script,
my
bro.
fanny,
You
if
went
you
off
will.
script.
Well, we do have to let
true.
you know that his last pick, Scared of Walking Out of the Room, Dirty Dancing, he totally thought it was Patrick Swayze saying it rather than
It doesn't
should
matter.
disqualify
It
the
doesn't matter
entire
who
team.
says it because that is
As
fucking
he should.
poetry, bro. It doesn't matter who says that to the other one. It doesn't matter.
Do I need to announce
That
Team 2
is-
at this point right now? Do we need
I
to
mean,
hear
I
Team
feel
2?
like we know. But yes, announce. Let's do it.
All right, Team 2 is I'm just a girl standing in front of something, Notting Hill.
Standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. Hold on.
Thank you.
yeah, bro.
Beautiful line.
I hate the way I don't hate you. 10 things I hate about you. Is that what the line
Not even
was?
a little bit.
not
Not even
even
at
at
all.
all.
One of the most fantastic poems in the entire world.
Just
bad.
fixed your reading, bro.
I
Not a
can't
single
carry
one.
it for you, but I can carry you. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Oh.
How did fucking Sam and Frodo win this fucking
All of y'all
draft?
had a bottom pick.
Scared of
All of
walking
y'all.
out of the
Yeah.
room.
That just
about
happened to be Zach.
Dirty Dancing.
That was my power bottom.
That's
pick.
it. That's an insane.
Just text me
His
later
entire
if things
podcast
need
is
to be
about
edited.
butts.
Just text me later if it needs to be edited.
I think we
care.
can keep that in.
I'm enjoying things.
I mean, I'm having a great time.
Wait, which round?
Wait, you totally skipped over all of Nate's ones.
yeah.
read
Oh, we can
mine.
talk about
read
them.
mine.
Read mine. But
We
I mean,
did
wait,
read
but
his.
Zach has one more, I think.
I was scared of walking out of the room. Dirty Dancing.
Oh yeah.
God, dude.
Said by the wrong person.
Wait, no.
Doesn't matter who says it.
You didn't even get to I Want to Grow Old with You. So it was.
Oh no, yeah.
How do we feel
Let's talk
about
about it.
Wedding
I'm
Singer?
sorry. You complete me. I'll never let go. Titanic, and I Want to Grow Old with You. We haven't talked about those yet.
Yes. So as mentioned, I'll Never Let Go is, you know, she does.
Yeah.
Is what she does.
Literally.
She's full of shit.
She is full of all of the shit.
She lets go of the cold dead corpse.
Yeah.
He's not dead yet,
You have
bro.
a problem with that?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, but he could have not been if she would have let him on whatever part of boat that was.
I'll never let go of my own life force.
Yeah. Peace out, bro.
I'll never let go of me having a great life.
Grow hella old and rich.
Yeah. So like, I feel like that particular saying, you're just like, I don't believe you. Someone says that, you're like, will you? What are you? Really? Are you gonna never let go?
Next thing you know, you're in
I
a
feel like
frozen
that's
river.
a bunch of bullshit.
If she like starts kicking her feet and gets over to another plank and he gets on it and it's like, oh, that was the best line ever.
That was a long movie, but they should have added that scene. There should have been like a 10-minute scene of him struggling to get onto the raft, and then they tip over and laugh,
put
and
some
then fucking
effort into
get back on it like a romantic comedy. You know what I mean?
Laugh in like 27-degree water, like hilarious.
The Benny Hill theme starts playing.
Okay, so what about the Wedding Singer?
Great music ending song.
The Wedding Singer is good. I always think of the song so much. It's in his little weird. You should figure out a way to be him for Halloween with that hair you've got going on.
Oh shit,
Straight
that's
at you.
true. I don't have to
Actually.
shave that stash though. That's out of the question.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Just get the wig stuff. You know, you put on the bald cap, but put it on his upper
No, but
lip.
I don't know if that works.
Bald
Bald
cap
cap.
on his mouth.
Just on his upper lip.
Instead, he's going to be.
Hey guys, how you doing?
He's gonna put a ball cap on it.
Wanna grow with you.
It is good. It is good, but it didn't woo me as much
Oh man.
as some of the other ones.
Is it because Adam Sandler is the one?
Probably. Like, I don't know.
Did Eva beat I Want to Grow Old with You?
No.
Damn it.
No.
Just hoping.
No.
Have some
But it was right above it. Or
He
even
would
was
have
right
been
below it.
Oh god, I want to say the word row boner so bad, but I just can't figure out how to fit it in. So I'll just throw that out there.
Hey, there were sparks, literal sparks between Eva and Wally.
Is that how robots come?
I don't know.
It's electric.
They seem to.
It's electrifying.
I will say, after seeing her results, I was extremely shocked that Nate did not win this.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
I think
Because I watch Harry Met Sally all the time.
so. I will say that
I thought that would outweigh a lot of what you wrote as like not mistakes, but a lot of the lesser picks because
mostly
of how much you
because
liked
of
that
what
movie.
she said about Sam and Frodo. Like right off as the first thing she brought up, she's like, "Sam and Frodo, really?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that's got last place for sure."
well. So like I will say that I was I wanted to shit on Brad, and so I took the Jerry Maguire pick that I really actually do think is the better line. I would go to the mat on that, but I actually don't think that I probably shouldn't even have picked that. And
So let's jump right into also Rans. What would
We haven't talked about your winning team yet.
yeah.
Oh no, we don't need to talk about it. I've talked about it plenty. I'm the champion.
And I'm just saying.
I want to talk about your winning.
She
Oh,
needs to
okay.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, talk about it.
We've
Well,
got
first of
Notting
all-
Hill. We've got 10 Things I Hate About You, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and Dirty Dancing.
I think Dirty Dancing and 10 Things I Hate About You took it for me.
Top two.
Yep.
Well, hold on. I
You
meant the
like
other way
Notting
around.
Hill? So
I work in a restaurant, and when my machinery breaks down, I'll be like, I'm just a girl standing in front of my shake machine waiting for you to work for me. I say things like this often. So that particular line is something that I actually say on a very frequent basis.
I think that like as far as memorable and famous like romantic one-liners, that's like up there, right?
It's pretty high.
Yeah, I think so.
I definitely would have thought hard about taking it.
The blue painted bookstore, Hugh Grant.
No, yeah.
Also, if we're gonna jump back to fucking House of Dragons, how long did it take you guys to realize that guy was his weird roommate? Have you all not figured that out yet? Do you know that?
The
Allison's dad is his roommate with the alien coming out of his shirt.
Oh, In what
Otto
movie?
Hightower?
Yeah.
Spike,
Yeah.
Spike, yeah.
Yeah,
Spike
Spike.
from Notting Hill.
Yeah.
I did
I
not
haven't
put
seen
that
Notting Hill.
together.
It took me like 2 episodes, and then I was like, Walter, this is weird.
Spike
Walter was
is
like,
Notting Hill's
what?
all-time character.
He's like, I don't know what that means. But yeah, that was the thing. And then, the 10 Things I Hate About You poem, that came out when I was in high school, and I just, like, that shit resonates.
It's one of my faves.
Yes. Like, there's been, not you, but there's been several people who always want to write a hate poem and be like, yeah, but it's wonderful.
But I actually hate you.
Wait, which movie is the Matthew McConaughey and Kurt Russell? I mean, Goldie Hawn's daughter.
That's
10 Things I Hate About You.
No.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, okay.
That's
See, I've seen neither, and so the whole 10 thing, I was confused. I was like, who the fuck's in this movie? I didn't.
How to
How to
Things I
Lose a
Hate
Guy
About
in
You is
10
great.
days? That's what we're talking about?
And How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is also great, but I don't know if there's any great romantic lines.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the reach around one almost threw you. But between the other 3, I feel like you did a pretty good job.
Thank
That
you.
Dirty Dancing one, that's a great scene. It's a great scene.
Wrong
I know,
person.
that
Even though I
was-
hear
Where
you
S-
thought
where
it was
S-
Patrick
where
Swayze.
Swayze's
When
like,
Patrick says it, he says it to
just-
himself. It's so
Yeah,
amazing.
It's amazing.
Talking to his dick.
while he's doing pottery.
That's a different movie, babe. It's a different
I
movie.
love that scene.
Yeah.
Okay, can we get on to also rans? Because this is a
Ugh.
murderer's row, and I want to know where I lost it.
All right.
How the fuck could we miss that one? I just don't understand. It's our also ran.
All right, can you all just shut
How
up?
are you jumping in on the idiots?
I'm too excited.
Let it breathe.
Okay,
Tim, you better put his team last in this,
All right.
this week's Tim rankings.
Can you, okay, you guys all can shut up for a couple minutes here. So here are the next few that I have, and I'm very curious to hear the judges' take on these. So you've got mail. Meg Ryan says, like, I so badly wanted it to be you.
Wanted it to be you.
I thought that was in contention.
Mm-hmm.
The Notebook.
I have a few that I was astonished didn't show
I want
up.
all of you. Okay,
let's
give me
let
yours.
our
Give me
guests
yours. Okay,
go
give me
first.
yours. Give me
Oh, no,
yours.
you can say.
Mr.
No,
Rom-Com.
Okay, no, I want to hear yours.
I think the one that you were about to say is probably the one that I have next on my list. That if you're a bird, I'm a bird. You can't. It's so good.
The Notebook.
Yeah. Notebook. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. Yep.
It's on my list, but I haven't seen the movie, so I don't give a fuck about it.
That's
I mean, honestly, there's
explains my
probably
entire
20 one-liners you could pull
so
through
the
that
problem
movie if you
with
really
that one
wanted
is
to.
that like there are a lot of one-liners, and so the one, which is the one, and if you're a bird, I'm a bird. There's like an ending that's like I want all of you forever, on and on. Okay, what's next? Give me.
So this one's tricky, and I don't know how y'all will feel about it because it's not technically said, but on the note card, when the guy shows up at the girl's
my
door
God.
in Love Actually,
Please don't
and
do
it
this.
just says, "To me, you are
You're perfect."
When he tries to steal his best friend's
Except
girl.
it's
He's
his
opened a
best
can of
friend's
worms.
wife.
There's problems there. There's problems there.
It's a bit problematic.
It's a great. It's
I'm all in on this. I'm on record.
but you
about
weren't
this.
actually because you didn't pick.
No, because he knows that we would shit down his neck.
because I
probably would've.
picked that exact
You might have
thing.
won.
I might have
won.
But you know what?
You're.
I have.
We prevented you from winning this
I have
draft.
severe,
That's awesome.
I have severe.
That's a win for all
I
of
have
us.
severe PTSD.
He does.
The trauma.
And you know what, Cliffy, who judged that draft and who's one of my dearest friends, you can eat it because you were part of that cabal that made me doubt myself. So yeah, that if I were like really going back to my pre-trauma days and I was going to pick, that solidly is top 3 for me.
It's so good. I'm trying to remember the name of this guy. Yes. Okay. My next one is Walter always says that I love B movies. I disagree with him.
Ooh.
But I'm a big fan of the movie The Wedding Date with Deborah Messing and Dermot Mulroney.
That
It's
one
wonderful.
gets a lot of run, yeah.
And I do love when she looks at him and she says, I think I'd miss you even if we never met.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
It's a great line.
It's a great line.
That is a dope line.
I asked my wife about that one because I saw it on the list. I was like, that's a pretty fucking cool line. And I didn't know who says it or what the context was, but that's a fucking good line.
It's a good line.
It was on my list. I had it written here. I didn't know who said it.
Deborah Messing.
That's why I didn't pick it.
So good. So good.
Oh man.
And then another classic from the good old Pride and Prejudice, when Mr. Darcy is talking and he's like, "You have bewitched me body and soul, and I love you. I love you," is technically how he says it. But like, I remember watching that and it's being like, "I love you too."
I've never seen that, but I read that.
So for me, the toughie is like Pride and Prejudice is such a prominent novel.
Yeah.
And I always feel like the movie is. I'm not saying I love the movie. I'm just saying I think of it as a novel more than I think of any version of the movie. It's been made a couple times, and so I'm always like, well, is that really like remembered for the movie? But
I've never seen this movie, but I got to say that it was one again that I was impressed by. Bridget Jones' Diary. She says, "Nice boys don't kiss like that," and he says, "Oh yes, they fucking do." And I was like, "Damn, that's a fucking good line."
God, you like the dick responses, don't you?
The
Not
super cocky,
romantic.
like not romantic lines. Yeah, that's
not
line.
romantic. She's like, hey, she likes the fact that he's got a little edge to him. It's fucking whatever his name is.
They're flirting.
Colin
It's not
Firth.
romantic. They're not being romantic. They're being fucky. You know what I mean? They're horny.
They're flickering.
Yeah.
I know nothing. I know nothing about romance. I'm sorry.
Give us more.
I only have two more.
Oh well.
One of them was from the great and glorious Moulin Rouge.
Oh.
The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
Does Christina Aguilera say that?
She's in burlesque.
Oh.
Not in Moulin Rouge.
No, she's the
song.
Lady Marmalade.
That's the soundtrack.
Oh, I've only seen the video. I've only seen the music
I think
video.
we're talking about Ewan
Ewan
McGregor.
McGregor.
So
says
Maya
that.
must say it. Oh, wait. Who?
Ewan
Ewan
McGregor,
McGregor.
says it.
Okay.
Maya.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It is the one in it. And then the last one is another glorious Julia Roberts line from My Best Friend's Wedding. Choose me, marry me, let me make you happy. It's a great one. That scene, that movie actually to this day still gives me like an emotional.
I mean,
Ellipses are doing work there.
but it also I want to point out that one is similar to the Love Actually line where she's trying to steal the bride, steal the groom on the groom's on the wedding day.
I mean, we're not saying that these. Was
to be clear, I'm all in on this. I'm for stealing.
Yeah.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This will get shit on.
We figured that on the pod a long time ago.
Hide your wives.
Hide your kids.
I even put, "To me, you are perfect. Love Actually, creepy signs."
That's beautiful. I love that.
All right.
That's in
It's
my
not
notes.
creepy. It's more. Well, I guess it is kind of creepy.
It's super fucking creepy. There's zero chance that in any way anyone that knows him would be like, "Oh, that's cool how you either stole your best friend's wife or you fucking decided to
most
go
of the
with your husband's
relationships
best friend."
in that movie
after
are
you
boiling
filmed
hot
their
pile of
wedding
garbage.
video,
He got forced into it.
You got Alan
So this is
Rickman
the
buying
difference.
jewelry for the
I know,
bug-eyed
I know.
lady that is not
fucking crazy
better.
movie to people. Everyone loves this movie. It's
I'm
fucking
one of them.
wild. As
I'm
I
one of
watch
those
this movie,
guys.
I'm like, they're all pieces of shit. I don't, except for the guy that has a threesome.
Hugh Grant,
in
it
America?
actually is okay in that show.
It's actually
Well, Hugh Grant can do whatever he
it's a
wants.
fivesome. Just bite your tongue. Okay, shut up, Zach. Okay, all right. So can I throw? Okay, so we haven't talked about Pretty Woman. I Want the Fairy Tale.
It's a good one.
who says that?
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
I was trying to
We
think
don't
of
have any Sandra Bullock ones in here either, but I also can't think of any.
So
at this
Pretty
exact
Woman,
moment.
I was trying to think of that because I mean that is a movie that I enjoy and love. And there's another movie like I Rescue Him Back or something like wasn't that at the end like.
I know what you're saying, but I can't think
Yeah,
of it right now.
and that was the problem with it. It's like I wanted to pick it, but I couldn't pick it. Like the scene was cool, but the line wasn't there. Like so, those are the kind of scenes that I could remember because there's only a handful of movies that I'd seen that I loved like that.
Nate, you
And I
said
couldn't grab it from that one.
you said you knew my 47-word
I believe it's the finish to Holden's
monologue
in Chasing Amy.
Yes.
I won't. But you can read. I'm
I'm
not
not even going to read the whole thing. He just talks about like, and I wouldn't need a painting from a diner to remember.
Yeah, that's the finish. It's a great. Like it is a one line. It is a phenomenal finish. As good as it gets, Jack Nicholson. You make me want
That
to
was
be a
on my
better
list.
man. That's a great one, and I mean, kind of a forgotten one.
The movie sucks balls.
So,
Zach, you overran my Lord of the Rings because Arwen, who's an elf who's going to live for fucking ever, She says,
who's my lady love, fucking Steven Tyler's daughter, right?
Liv
Tyler.
and she says to Aragon, she says, I would rather share one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone. Just knowing that.
Oh, that's sick as fuck.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I like that.
Because he's like, no, you go live your elf life. And she's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, that's so that was the line I was going to pull from that movie if I was going to pull one.
So you ruined it for me, but your line was goddamn on point.
He shows up to Christmas the next year and she's with fucking Will Ferrell, just living that elf life. Super pissed about it.
So I'm a big fan of A Star Is Born, and I had a hard time picking the line, but I think for me the line in that one is him saying, "Hey," and then she turns around and he says, "I just want to have a
Oh, dude, for real, that's a line, bro.
And it comes out a number of times in the movie, including right before the really heartbreaking end. So here was my like proudest like off the beaten path. I saw this on no lists, but I was like, this movie is in my top 10. It's a romantic comedy, and it has to have a line. And I figured out what it is, and that's Groundhog Day, where he says, "No matter what happens tomorrow, for the rest of my life, I'm happy now because I love you."
Oh,
That's a good one.
And
That's
it's like
solid.
it's a really it's super good in the context of the movie because it's like he keeps trying to get her to love him and like figure out how to game it, and he's like, "Nah, I finally figured out how to love you."
But she only knows him for a day at that point, right? As far as she knows.
She thinks he's a shithead before that.
Yeah.
Speaking of ones that might just like seem heartbreaking, I don't know. I know the context of the movie. I don't know the context of this line in the movie. The Fault in Our Stars, when Ansel Elgort, I don't know if he knows that she's going to like die of cancer at this point, but he says, "It would be a privilege to have my heart broken by you."
Yeah, I think he knows.
He
bro.
knows. They know early in that.
So he's saying that to her, like basically like, I'm willing to get with you even if it's going to end badly.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fucking, woo.
Yeah. That movie's good, and that's hardcore. That's some.
Is
some
that my
real
girl
shit.
Shailene Woodley?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's your girl.
Is that how I say your name? My girl? Is that
My gal Shailene.
I don't remember the line at the moment, but there's a line in About Time. There's a few good ones. About Time's like ultra romantic, but also just a great like relationship movie. And he says, I love your eyes, also love the rest of your face. But there's another one where he sort of goes on this long thing. And then there's a Never Been Kissed, which I was surprised that.
Oh, that is a good one.
I think the Princess Bride line
Rufus, is that it?
Wait.
Yeah. Never Been Kissed, where Drew Barrymore, she writes this long column.
Right.
And there's like, it's like one of the last lines of the column is this very romantic,
And what does he say?
Baseball game.
Then he comes down and kisses her. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, wow.
Well, he runs across the baseball diamond.
He's like, I thought you were 15. Let's make out.
Yeah.
It was, when you really think about that movie, it's like,
Super
hold
problematic.
the fuck
So
on.
problematic.
So
And then he's like, oh, cool, I can fuck you. Yeah.
I think what we really missed was one of the most romantic lines was when Wesley in Princess Bride is laying in bed and he says, there's a shortage of perfect tits in this world. Be ashamed to ruin yours.
It'd be a pity to ruin
Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty romantic.
She's about to stab
Scotch, have you
herself.
seen Goon? You've seen Goon, correct?
I love Goon.
Okay, so Goon, a comedy, a weird dark comedy.
Stifler?
Yes,
Yep.
and
Hockey
he
movie.
he's Stifler's getting with this girl Eva, and he's kind of into her. Speaking of Eva, and she says, "You make me want to stop sleeping with a bunch of guys." It's pretty romantic.
It's a great
and
line.
he says that's the nicest thing everybody said to me. So
Dude, if you haven't seen Goon, it's fun as fuck. It's just a great, and if you like Stifler, he's really good in it.
oh, and Walter, I know you love This Is the End. What's the dude's friend? So it's Seth Rogen's friend at the very beginning, the comedian. What's his name?
They're all comedians in that movie.
Jay
That are his friends.
Baruchel.
Jay Baruchel.
Jay Baruchel's in Goon, and he's fucking super funny in Goon. So worth checking out.
Seth Rogen. Speaking of Seth Rogen, there's a line that I don't think anyone here will agree with that is gonna. So I was trying to think what movies would be the least likely to be thought of for having a romantic line in them, and Seth Rogen's in a film called Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yes.
And the whole movie it's pretty ridiculous. And they're roommates and they're friends. You can tell like there's a little bit of tension between them. But they're plot of the movie is they make a porno to pay the rent and pay the heating bill and everything. And they come to their scene, right, where it's supposed to be this. I think he goes, I'm gonna put my penis in you or something. And it's like, oh, that's dirty. And they're having this weird banter.
Let us fuck.
And yeah,
Super
let us
awkward.
fuck. And they're in the context of filming a, homemade porn movie. And they finally get to the business, and
the business, the lady business.
I believe it's Miri who just says they're doing it, and it doesn't look cinematically good for a porno.
Right.
On the other characters start talking about something else because it's just not entertaining to watch.
It turns into sensual,
and they
romantic.
start to actually make love, and she's, "Oh, I want you to come with me." And it's like, well, like they're not here to just film a porno anymore. They're falling in love in that moment.
That's a great scene too.
Weirdly, on a bag of coffee beans with their friends filming it, but I thought that was
brains.
really,
It fucks up their brains,
and then he's like, I know,
and then
because they were doing Star Wars porn.
They were actually,
So I'm going to throw in one more, and then I'm done. This is a super dark horse, and I might even just say that this is because Zach's wife will kill me, I think, if I don't throw this one in. So Sleeping with Other People is, I think, my favorite romantic comedy of the last 20 years, maybe longer. It's super like a little bit off the beaten path. Sudeikis, and he says to her, and I think ultra romantic line, very simple: "I love you for free, Lainey," and she says, "I love you for free, Jake." And in the context of the movie, it's perfect. So it's hard to explain, but man, it's a good one.
That's awesome. I don't think I've seen that movie.
Oh,
Sleeping with what?
I don't think I've seen it either.
Sleeping with Other People, go watch it. You both should watch it.
What streaming platform is it on, Nathan?
It will be on the. You have to pay for it.
Yeah, we bought it on Apple. I now own it. I can send you my password.
I don't own it, which I need to remedy that immediately. I don't know. I'll find out.
Find that. With Other People.
It's really good. Like no joke. It's like the funniest, but also most romantic and kind of raw. It's great.
I love that. I love that for us.
Okay.
You just reminded me of another one. Since we're gonna vamp for time, does Brad he pushes stop and he's peeing right now?
Vamp it up, son. Did he stop recording?
No, it's still
I don't
going.
see the red light.
I'm just saying he's the only one that can stop.
I'm gonna lose
this.
my fucking mind if we're not recording.
No, so that reminded me of Cedar Rapids. Have you guys seen Cedar Rapids?
It's great.
Oh, yeah, so good.
Ed Helms.
I do love Ed Helms.
And so
that's really good.
And so when there's the party they go to, and then they kind of escape from the party because there's all kinds of crap that happens, and then so there's a prostitute that's hanging out at this conference, this for the insurance agents, whatever, and she takes him to this party, and then he ends up escaping with them, and she's with him. They're dropping her off, and they're kind of saying their goodbyes, and he's hammered and on drugs or whatever, and he's like, "I love you." He's like, "I love you." She's like, "You can fuck me in the ass if you want."
Well, if we're going to do that, I feel like the 40-year-old virgin, he had a big trunk and put my bike in it.
Which is a great line.
So I thought that there's a lot of good ones in the 40-year-old virgin, and I just couldn't decide if any were like really romantic. That's one of my all-time favorites.
I don't think
so I'll throw
those
one
are
more.
horngry lines.
Since you're a fan of romantic movies, and I'm not, I think this is a comedy, but this is one I raved about and told all the guys I had to watch. You might not have seen it, called Cha Cha Real Smooth on Apple Plus.
You told me to watch it, and I watched it.
And you liked it.
Really good movie.
Dude, it blew me away. Like one of my favorite movies, period, of the last couple of years. And just like a real, it's like more like a romantic dramedy, but like and the title is horrible, but man, the movie's good. So
Cha Cha what?
Real Smooth.
Real Smooth.
So
It's part of a song.
Yeah,
Cha Cha Real Smooth.
So watch that and Sleep with Other People and report back.
Okay.
I know we were going long. There's one more. One of my favorite movies is Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes.
And the letter at the very end, when after Bradley Cooper realizes that Jennifer Lawrence is the one he's been communicating with via letter, and he says, "I just got stuck."
If I could have, this is one of my favorite movies, and if I could have chosen the whole letter, which is very short,
too many lines.
I would have.
Agreed.
But every line is like 2 words, and for Brad, that's not a problem.
I know.
But for me, I'm like, I want more. I need to have a complete like thought in a line. So
This fucking guy took him like fucking 2 months to figure out he's in love with Jennifer Lawrence. Jesus Christ. Fucking dummy.
Oh, man. All right, so we've had a great draft here. And Kendra, you picked me last, but I have no problems with that.
I still love you, Brad.
Kendra, I
still
love
love
you
you too.
more because you picked Brad last. You did great.
Yeah, your stock went up with these guys, but, it's always been...
We have a strong foundation, you and I.
Yeah, for sure. Walter, you've got a lovely judging wife.
That's a hell of a thing.
super judgy.
I think that was a compliment. I think. I'm not sure.
No, I love it.
I don't think she brings that judging at home. Probably not.
I don't know. I heard her talk about Walter's feet.
Yeah, that's true.
I was
she
neutral.
was like, his
Neutral.
feet are so neutral. I was like, damn, that's brutal.
We feel we're fine.
You didn't know
We know
that
they
she
exist.
secretly texted me like after every beer that you make, she's just like, yeah, that's just shit. Don't try that one.
Walter put his feet on it.
Yeah, she's pretty rad. I'm pretty stoked to be next to her. Yeah.
Well, we think you guys are awesome.
that's
Thank you
so
so much for making the fucking trip all the way out
Thank you
here.
for having
Yeah.
me. This was so much
so good.
fun.
So glad to have you back, and there'll be
anytime.
future times.
I can't wait.
We'll bring you back. And Walter,
Yeah.
maybe one of these days.
Maybe. I don't know what you're trying to get me to say.
I'm just saying, maybe
It's
maybe
gonna
one of these
happen.
days we'll bring you back.
Maybe if your wife's not available.
It'll happen. Just we're gonna probably I'm probably gonna have to figure out a time that you guys are available to come hang out with me in the brewery sometimes.
Fuck yeah.
What the fuck is happening right now?
And I promise you, next time we do a neutral foot draft, you're the fucking top of our heap.
Most memorable feet.
And if we do get to come,
Most non-memorable feet. They wouldn't be memorable or unmemorable. They'd just be neutral.
If we do get to come back to the Last Call brewery where they're actually making beers, we'll make sure that Zach does not eat any cheese.
Yes,
Bro.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I got the vid.
Like, if you take the lactate, does that help your pucker
Oh, I
hole?
drink Lactaid all day.
Bring us full.
But I mean, like
All
the
day.
pills.
My pucker hole.
Oh boy.
I like that. I've never heard that.
Zach sits on the toilet with a cheese stick, an asparagus, and a cup of Lactaid, and just bite, chug.
He's like, tonight's going to be a good Friday.
Why does this have to be the bookends? I wasn't trying to make this the bookends. I thought we could just get the cheese
it's a
joke
front butt and a back butt.
And
Good Friday. Did you just make a Good Friday joke? Because I love that. Because I always thought it would be funny to say that, like, instead of having ash on my forehead, it was just a little turd. Just go to work with it and be like, act like it's totally normal. And just be like, no, it's just, I just shit myself this morning. Sometimes it gets a little wild.
Blessed be.
why is this any different than your traditions?
Oh boy.
We're Bev's Video Kingdom.
And that's it. We'll figure this out. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you to Walter and Kendra for coming on the pod. That was a fun time. It might have gone off the rails a little bit, but that's when we're talking about romance. Romance, it comes in a lot of different forms. Sometimes it's creepy signs, and sometimes it's
Sometimes you're off the rails. Sometimes you get railed.
sometimes it's robot. Sometimes it's 2 words.
Sometimes your line leads to you getting railed. Is what you're saying.
Somehow Zach is cruder when he's sober. I don't know how that happens.
All right. Well, hey, we've got a pod coming out next week, and we've been doing some pretty solid movies. Aside from taking a little break for Halloween, we've just said we're going with like some of our favorite movies of all time. And this one coming out next week.
I mean, so I'm in the unpopular spot. This is Nate.
Thanks.
I'm in the unpopular position here, I think, of saying that this is the best Scorsese for me. Certainly Goodfellas, is terrific, and everybody will tell me I'm an idiot. But I for me, in terms of just pure enjoyment, like the Departed is the one. And I think partly it's because the cast in it for me is even more entertaining and like fuller than the others. But The Departed is, I think, the most fun watch of all the Scorseses. So that's what we're going to do.
It doesn't compare with the 5th hour of The Irishman.
I haven't seen The Irishman.
I think personally, I'm a fan of the 2nd and 4th hours of The Irishman the best, but it's hard to parse. So we're going to do The Departed. Rumor is that we might get Cliff Chamberlain, actor, a co-star of State of Affairs and Homeland, back on the pod. He's itching.
I've got a story. You've got a story to talk about that, but I got to witness the story, which I'm excited to talk about.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
about. I mean,
Well, you have to tune in next week.
yes, we'll talk about
Yes,
next
you'll
week.
have to tune in next week.
It's a
Tease,
surprise for you
everybody.
too.
We'll
if you-
remind Nate what story he needs to tell.
And if you don't know, The Departed is on HBO Max, and so that's where you can catch it. So if you're wanting to follow along, check it out on HBO Max.
Jump on it. It's great. So anyway, we're gonna watch that one, and then we're gonna have a draft the week after. And we don't know what that's gonna be yet.
I think we do. You want me to give that away? Or
Let's
should we
wait.
just-
Let's
All
make them wait.
We'll make them wait. All right, folks. That's the BVK podcast. That's another draft in the books. That's
Hey, hit us up on socials, by the way. Let's like we always need you. We need you to share us. We need you to tell friends. We need you to text us to people.
It costs $0 to fucking follow us, like us, comment. You know, if you make a review, that helps out a lot with the algorithms and all that stuff. It's not that hard. Just go on there.
You don't
right?
even need to know logarithms, right? You just have
Did you
to
say logarithms?
Yeah.
logarithms.
You don't need to know.
We don't need to talk any more about Zach's butthole, please.
Just laid this huge logarithm.
And Zach's like, when I get on the toilet, I got my logarithms going.
Oh God. Yeah. So
It should just drop out.
It just falls out of your butt. That's how everyone else poops. I found out
how did we get back here?
if you strain to poop, you're doing it wrong. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is BVK Kingdom.
But I do want to say we need more eyeballs on the socials and we need more ear holes on the listens. So spread it out, man. Tell some people. It's been your dirty mind, Scotch. It's been a lot of fun, and I think we're putting out some funny material. So if you think that it's funny, other people will think it's funny.
Put your earballs and eye holes right on us, guys.
Yes, we need both.
Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.
I wanna be at Beverly's, bringing me home with my movies. Just a blind by, no reason why. I love this scene. It's got Zach and Brad, your favorite podcast. The stars.